Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Hallelujah. Okay. I didn't get the chance to sing at Black Rob's funeral today. So I said, how about I just come on and speak to y'all? I wanted to sing that at his homegoing service, but I wasn't invited and I wasn't on the program. And I damn sure didn't want to get up there acting no plump fool and just got up on the program and just act ignorant like some of those people was doing today at Black Rob's funeral today. But I just want to say thank you. I want to say amen. I really thought that song, I felt it on my heart to just really sing that. And I said, thank you. All he have done, and there's one thing about it, he have nothing but grace over my life, grace over your life, and everything like that. So I want to first open up with talking about Black Rob homegoing service. It was ghetto. And I want to say this, whoa, it was really trash that those people were up there. And then one particular guy got up there and he said, y'all, we're going to stop this right now. Y'all wasn't there for Black Rob when he was alive and all that. I'm like, whoa, like it was a lot on the funeral. They was up there cussing. It was a hot mess. But one thing that I admire about the funeral, that they did give a shout out to P. Diddy about the work that he did and the money that he gave to Black Rob. And even in the interview, at the homegoing service, when they brought him up, they even said, one of the persons said, hey, Black Rob will run through the money. And he said, well, just call Puff. So Puff was in there, and I stand corrected that Puff was in his life and that Puff did spend money on Black Rob to help him get the best hotels and help him get the best care. And that's why it is so important to do your research before we make these responses and stuff like that. I just want to say thank you so very much. So how are y'all doing out there in the chat? And we will be opening up the phone lines. And I'm going to tell you this, we will be opening up the phone lines. So get your Boost mobile phone together, get your Cricket phone together, and dial that number. And I want y'all to call in today. Let me roll the number at the bottom of the screen really quickly. Okay, let me roll it to the bottom of the screen really quick because we got a full we got a full show today. Oh my, we got a full show today. No, I'm not high. I just drunk some Red Bull. So when I drink Red Bull, I get lit when I drink a Red Bull. Okay. So that was Black Rob. We talked about Black Rob. Let's talk about Cardi B. Now, Cardi, she was on a record with DJ Khaled on, I think it's called Big Paper, was it? And I listened to it. Let's play the clip of her talking about how she sent the song to the people. Give me a second so y'all can see that. Give me a second. Let me bring that up because she said she brought the song. Let me see if we got it up here. Let me bring that so we can have that. Let me screen share this really quickly. Okay. All right. Shout out to the producers in the chat. All right. Here we go. Okay, I gotta turn the speaker on.
Just like brainstorming. Like the beat before yesterday. And yes, I wrote the record. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like brainstorming. Like what the fuck, what is this, what is that? And then I really want to, I like to sound really good because one thing I've been really insecure about is my accent. I have a really big accent. and my pronunciation and everything. So I was making sure that everything was mixed right. Literally, like I think Khaled got the song today at no wait, I think 7 a.m. my time. Like he probably got it like at 10 a.m. and whatever. He got it today, and he got it mastered and everything. And it's like I hope you guys like it. It's just a little the beat before.
Okay, so she did the song, and then her chorus opened up with this. I get big paper, so I deal with big haters. Big paper, so I deal with big hater. Big paper, so I deal with big hater. Go get it out of the mud. They ain't got to do to me no favors. Then one of her first verse said this, I ain't a bitch like her. That's why these bitches don't like her. I respect shit starters, so I know shit typers. 3-year break, I still get this shit hyper. Shot back to the top and don't make a bitch snap. Big Barty, they can't fuck with me. Harley, whoa. Bali, anybody saying they don't know my body. I some bitches move car culture out of the car seat. Got these hoes nervous. I never spit in they heartbeats. Super valid anytime I like Khaled. Platinum plaques hang on my wall in my palace. Clip shield still push to anyone speaking malice. Fashion icon, couple of millions for my stylist. 5 number ones, you got 5 number nuns. Sleeping on Cardi, all that napping shit done. Off with your hat, all that capping shit done. I got that Hollywood waiting when this rapping shit done. Then there was another voice. I got the big paper, so I did with big haters. Got it out of the mud. They ain't do me no favors. Got it out of the club. They ain't do me no favors. Cardi this, Cardi that, make me famous. Big paper, so I deal with big haters. Big paper, so I deal with big haters. I get big paper, so I deal with big haters. Go get it out of the mud. They ain't got no favors. Okay, this was the second verse. Though the most imitated, innovated, and instigated. Playlist favorite, your shit never played it. No, how in the way you shit made it. I was broke in the Bronx, but a bitch never hated. Had to get my weight up, so I patiently waited. House with the palm trees for all the times I was shaded. Niggas out of the Whitworth, so we never dated. Stop laying on my pussy when you know you never ate it. Took the wig, all braided back my hair. Mixtape Cardi like I ain't a millionaire. Big diamonds sink, big diamonds in my ear. And my and my stock started rising. You know you never get a share. Riding niggas' faces, I don't never get a chair. If I don't take a break off, you know, never get a year, never. Praying on my downfall, you'll never get a prayer. Have to tighten on my circle so I never fit a square. Woo! Man, she came for y'all. Did y'all like that? Did y'all like that? Done put bars up in there. She did that. Done put bars. Like at first when I listened to the song, let me be clear. I played it on stage and I wasn't that impressed. But me just looking at the lyrics and me getting into it, okay, I'm gonna get this song. Okay, she had bars. She had bars because a lot of times you all got to be very crystal clear that they say Cardi B don't never have bars, but she had some bars in these lyrics. Y'all are just sitting here hating because y'all up there sitting on Nicki Minaj and y'all love Nicki Minaj. But I love all type of music. But she did have some bars. But did y'all like me with my review of the song? Did y'all like that? I amazed my goddamn self. Did you see that? Babe, did you see that? Babe, put that down right quick. Babe, you want to come on camera? Okay, you don't want to come on camera. But did you see how I reviewed that song? Give it, babe. Let them see you. You don't want to come on camera. It's okay. But did y'all see how I reviewed that song? Bars or bars? Okay. So yeah, then I give, baby, you want to come on camera? Let's you don't want to see. Okay, man. Okay, baby. Okay, just go out there and make the chicken and stuff like that. And then tonight, we'll get it in today after this. It's going down. We gonna let that air mattress have it tonight. We ain't gonna show them on camera, okay? They don't know if you're a male or a female, so let's go keep it on the down low right there. Don't you giggle, because I want them to be doing, okay, like that. I want to be in those series, so don't you giggle. I got you later in the air mattress, okay? And then we got that new king size or queen size bed coming along with the red sheets and the red lights and all that type of good stuff. But to you, Cardi B, you did a good job, honey. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't rap because you can rap, okay? Now you can rap. All right, we said that I do a good job. She can rap. Y'all not gonna be on here being shady and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna give it a just she definitely can rap. And we said what we said about her. Okay, she's a rapper. She's a track star. She got the bars and the bars. Okay. All right. Let's go right here. This is the part of Black Rod Funeral. Let me play that clip because we didn't get a chance to see that. So give me a second while we play that clip really quick because I thought I played it already. So let me play it again. Let me play it for y'all can see it. Oh, damn. Okay.
When you talk about Puff Daddy, let me tell you, he did medical help. Puff got him the best doctors. He got him the best everything, the best hotels, anything he wanted. He's been there from 0 day. All right, whatever the media, y'all, Puff always been there. So shame on y'all if y'all in there talking bad about him. He always helped Rob. Even when we didn't already, Rob then blew through the money. Like, Rob, how you went through all this money? I don't know, but call Puff. All right? We love y'all. We see y'all. For the real people that was there for him. He celebrated his life. Also, when you talk about Puff Daddy, let me tell you, he did medical help. Puff got him the best doctors. He got him the best everything, the best hotels, anything he wanted. He's been there from 0 day. All right, whatever the media, y'all, Puff always been there. So shame on y'all if y'all in there talking bad about him. He always helped Rob. Even when we didn't already.
He always helped Rob. I'm glad. He went through the money. So, okay. So y'all had that. So all the people that was up there throwing shade, he got the money. But this, let me switch gears. Y'all, I am loving this guy from Snowfall. Franklin isn't stopping publication now since he's gracing the cover of Native magazine. It's just something special about this guy. It's just something special. It's just something. I can't wait to do my photo shoot because he is doing it for the Chocolate Brothers. It's just he doing it for the Chocolate Brothers. No shade. I'm looking at him. He doing it for the Chocolate Brothers. Look at. Wait a minute. He doing it, ladies. Is he doing it? Press 1 if you think Franklin is rocking for the Chocolate Brothers. Okay, look at him. And I'm just now watching Snowfall, so I've just watched the first season. I think I'm on the second season of Snowfall. I know I got to catch up with it, but press 1, ladies. Would you give it to Would you give it to Franklin? Would you give it up to her? Let me see if y'all be with some of y'all gonna lie. Would you give it up to her? Do y'all like her? Press 1 if y'all like her. Press 2 if you don't like her. He looks really good. I'm really rocking. I'm like really good guy. I would love to meet him and interview him. I would love to interview him. He's a good looking guy. I would love to interview him. And he seems like he's a cool guy, not in no controversy. He's not in no mess. He's not in no drama. It looks like he's just a great guy. I'm really, really looking at it. Okay. Would you give up the draws for him if you come there? Would you give up the draws? Now, some of y'all go act like y'all ain't gonna give up the draws, but it's okay. Would you give up the draws for him? Okay. Okay. If he come up to the door right now and ring the doorbell and say, "Hey, ma'am, I ran out of some flour and some sugar. Can I borrow?" He coming up with a white beater or with that outfit on. Would you give it up to him, ladies? Would you give it up to him, ladies? Would you give it up to him? Some of y'all asking, well, how old is he? Because y'all want to make sure that he's legal. He legal. Okay, he's out there legal. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh gosh. Let's move on. Okay, now this was something else that popped up on my screen that I want to talk about. Oh, this might be a little controversial, but let's play a little clip of this of Kamala Harris.
This threats to our national security is domestic terrorism manifested by white supremacists. And so these are issues that we must confront. And it does not help to heal our country, to unify us as a people, to ignore the realities of that. I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today.
You know this stuff is wrong. Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country. It's backwards to fight discrimination with different types of discrimination. And it's wrong to try to use our painful past to dishonestly shut down debates in the present.
This threat.
All right. So whatever y'all believe, I want to say this, and I disagree with Kamala Harris. I understand why she did not say America is a racist country because number one, she is the vice president of the United States, and Joe Biden believed that it's not a racist country. So she have to agree with the president. She can't get up there saying something different than the president. Okay. But I want to tell you how Wiley thinks. What's my opinion? America is very racist. It's not like it was during Jim Crow. It's different. It's hidden. But now you really get to see it on camera. I think Donald Trump, when he came into office, now you see some white folks think it's okay to just come up to a black person, call them the N-word, being discriminatory, discriminating against them, and it still exists in this country. And America never repented from its original sin of the 400 years of just free labor that they did for the African slaves. They never apologized for that. They never gave us any money for that. Once President Lincoln was once he was taken out, we never got our anchors in a mule. We never got any of this stuff. We never got our reparation, our paychecks. The agents got theirs. So it's other people when they was going through the Holocaust and all of this, when it was all, we never got our piece of the pie. And we have a disadvantage in this country because we have housing discrimination. It was rules of a federal level that discriminated against black home owners. So they weren't able to get and move in nice homes and leave their family wealth. And that's one of the big pieces in this country is when you own a house and you leave it to your family, that generational wealth. So it's a lot. We have been on a disadvantage. So this country is racist. It's racist policies. Anytime that you see the law that they're trying to change in Georgia, and even they're trying to change laws to make it illegal that a car can run you over during a protest if you join a protest that have not been sanctioned by the government. So it exists in this country, whether you want to believe it or don't believe it. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you talking about, oh, America ain't that way. And it is, because I experienced racism. I have family members that experience racism. I have family members that lost jobs because of them being black, or they was moving a different type of way, all because they were black. I remember one particular job I tried to get, and I just knew I wasn't going to get the job because of the color of my skin. I remember when I tried to move up in the company, and they did not allow me to move up. That white lady told me, she said, well, do you have any dress clothes? Like, I'm a black man that don't wear any dress clothes. Like, come on now, let's get it together. I said, I go to church every Sunday, and I wear some church clothes, okay? I come up with a 3-piece suit and with some snakeskin shoes and everything like that. But okay, but I understand it. America is a racist country, and that's what I believe. But politicians, they can't really say that because they might think they're going to lose votes and lose support. And I see why Kamala Harris didn't say that is because, of course, Biden don't believe that. But then Biden did agree about the disadvantage that black people go through. So I'm glad that he did bring that up because he could have been pushing around that as well. So I'm glad he brought that up as well. All right. Let's go to our another topic right here. This is something one of my moderators sent to me about Morehouse College. So they were dealing with racism and they were debating, and they withdrew from the debate tournament, a national tournament, because some of one of the schools that they were debating against, I think it was University of Hawaii. Let's go to it. Give me a second. University of Hawaii. They were mocked during the virtual tournament. List rules for debate teams to follow and require teams to have their cameras and microphones off. But when it was time for the team to speak, not everyone followed the instructions, including students from the University of Hawaii who laughed and made facial gestures at the Morehouse. At one point, used satire towards a Morehouse student. Voice was used to read the law. To read the rest, you got to go to Ball Alert. But I'm so glad that they pulled out of it. And this is really sad that just because of this, when people say America is not a racist country, that's another example about the racism that black people deal with, especially those that are in professional business as well. Okay. I'm gonna just be very well, just like what Stacey Abrams said, that law that they passed in Georgia is like the new Jim Crow, and it is, because they are wanting to discriminate against the black elderly. When they're talking about IDs and all of this, they want to make sure that black people stop voting so they can remain in power and keep us at the bottom, so they can continue to be at the top. So people don't listen to when a black man, just because you're a black senator, does not make you right. And just because you're a Republican, you ain't got to sit here and just blatantly lie to your people. Don't forget that you are black first. And always don't forget that. Okay. Now we're going to do the surviving Josh Duggar. According to reports, he is being charged with dealing with child P word. I'm not going to say the word, but he have been accused of that. Let me see if I can screenshot that. One of the producers wanted me to talk about that, but he has been accused of that, and I guess he was on a show on TLC, and he liked to look at videos concerning little kids getting abused. And of course, he had been indicted on that. Y'all see the headlines. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get thrown out of the algorithm. And he was indicted on charges for possessing that. And a federal grand jury in the Western District of Arkansas indicted Duggar, alleged that in 2019, he knowingly received images of children under the age of 12. The former TLC star has been charged of 2 counts pertaining to that. So listen, this is really sad for him to have children, and just he got another baby on the way, and you are being accused of that. That is sick and it's sad. And anytime and this is why you can't be too quick to be having children with people with that spirit. That is a spirit, and that is a nasty, nasty, nasty. And I don't even understand why his wife even still stand by his side. Is it Duggar or Dagger? I don't know what's his name, but whatever. I'm gonna just say nasty. Duggar, Dagger, nasty. Okay. And it's really sad that his wife is still, I believe that his wife is still standing by his side. And she just recently did, let's see, where's that Instagram post? This is the Instagram post of them showing of the new baby that they about to have. And you see him with the new baby. I was trying to pull that up, but of course I can't pull it up. I was trying to pull it up so y'all can see that. So it's really sad. It's Duggar. Is it Duggar? Duggar? Did I say it right? Let me know. Duggar? I don't want to get his name wrong, but he's a sick person. So sad, very sick. And I hope he serve all the time. And keep that same energy, the energy that we give to R. Kelly, keep that same energy that he needs to be counseled as well. Okay? Keep that same energy. Josh, if you did this, if this was the case, and the federal government won't investigate you, won't investigate if it didn't have any facts to back it up. So if we have the energy of counseling R. Kelly, let's counsel Josh as well. Oh, he was already counseled with TLC because of some allegations that he dealt with back in 2019. So he have already been counseled because of that. So that's just how that be. Okay. Oh, Duggar. Did I say it right? Is it Duggar? Is it Josh Duggar? No, we know all these names. Is it Duggar? Yes or no? Josh Duggar? Okay, he should have always been in jail. Absolutely. Child, thought I had it right. Duggar. I would just call him Josh. I would just call him Josh. I thought I had it right. So make sure y'all call in and stuff like that. So I'll make sure I get it right. Make sure y'all call in. So I'll make sure I got it right. Okay. All right. Okay. Make sure I got it right. Make sure y'all call in and stuff like that. Make sure I had it right. Okay, is it Duggar? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. We thank y'all so very much. What else? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna move on to this other topic that we had a cast member on Chasing LA. So a lot of people were sending me up in my email. We were so mad they weren't able to call in. So we're gonna let y'all call in and give y'all thoughts about the interview because we had a Chasing LA breakout star on there, okay? And it was an interview that we did, and some of y'all say y'all don't want it to happen, but it happened, and I want to hear your comments on it. He came on, he spoke on some things. I don't think he apologized for the series, but he came on a show and we addressed the elephant in the room. But I want to know, how did y'all think I did and conduct myself in the interview? And let me say this. When you interview, you have to make sure that the guest is comfortable. You cannot be trying to cuss out the guest. You cannot be trying to drag the guests. You got to be very professional. That's one thing that I learned from my mentor, Tasha K. One thing that I learned from her is that you allow the guests to talk, but you can't be insulting to the guests because you won't have nobody else that will be willing to come on your show if you're always dragging the guests. You got to make sure that you be professional and don't let nobody take you out of character and give the type of interview. And that's one of the conversations that I had with my mentor, and she had definitely authority. So I think I did a pretty good job. So we thank y'all so much, and y'all think so too, because y'all was sending me diamonds on station here, and y'all damn sure was sending me cash apps. So we thank y'all so very much. They said people don't give on the Wiley Show. No, they be sending me cash apps and stuff like that. So we thank y'all so very much. Y'all let it be known. Say y'all like the show, and I'm like, okay. And y'all be like, all right, we love that. Okay. Okay. All right. So y'all definitely love that. Y'all was definitely sitting there. We love that so very much for the support. Okay. And I'm going to give a special support. I got another DM for somebody for sure. Now, this before we open the phone lines, G Status ATL Hustle tried to come out with a new episode, chat. G Status. So I'm on station here with my people, with my producers. We up here sitting down, we talking, we doing it. So we getting ready to go on station here. So we on station here, we talking. And I make a statement about G Status. And before you know it, G Status came back out with a new episode. Boom. So I stopped my station here show, ran over there, and they snatched it down. I'm like, what the world is going on with G Status? G Status, what is going on with your show? What is going on with your show, G Status? Tell me what's going on. All right, because I was like, because this is one of my favorite shows. So I was excited, and then it went off the air, and I said, Lord, what in the world is going on? So we don't know what's going on with G Status. I hope they get it together. I reached out to one of the producers. No response. So we shall see how it's going to go on. I will be in Atlanta on May 14, 15. So we'll see if we could just talk to the producers and all that. But I don't know what the world is going on. Let's also, I put Mob Radio on the title. Y'all know I love Millie. I really wish she gets back on Twitter. It's so sad that she's been discriminated against because of her views, because she ain't really been that nasty. She was just talking about Megan Thee Stallion. And I hope she gets back on Twitter because Millie is an incredible YouTuber. I don't care what nobody say about that woman. That woman, her voice, the way how she breaks down stories, she is so, I'm going to tell you this one thing about her, she is so nice and she is good with her commentary. I'm going to say it again. She is really nice and she is so good with her commentary. And I think that she's deserved to be on Twitter. And I didn't like how Twitter got them together when they was trending. Millie was trending on Twitter and they were snatching some of her supporters stuff out. And I think that was crazy. Because one of the stories that she talked about, and she talked about this story that I want to talk about right now. Here we go. Let me talk about this really quickly. Let me put this on the screen. And it's a lengthy video. But this is something I can relate to. Let's go to the screen. Where is that? Because she talked about this. And I love giving my sister credit. Okay, here we go. All right. So this lady is apparently, they're trying to put her on suicide watch. They try to put her in a mental hospital. So we're going to see a little clip of this video. So this is when Millie, she had talked about this story. And I want to give my thoughts on this story before we open up the phone lines. Let me see if we can fast forward a little bit. Oh, here we go.
I'm fine. I'm resting in my room. What do you want?
So I'm a social worker.
And where's my cousin who was here?
She's here.
Why are you here? I mean, Queen, I don't trust you. You don't lie to me. We're on live. I'm fine. I'm just trying to get some rest. That's all.
Okay. So do you mind if we talk a little bit about?
I don't need to. I'm a grown woman. I'm 46 years old. She has no reign or right over me. Well, she doesn't. She's not concerned, Queen. Look at her, everyone, claiming to be concerned. You're not concerned, Queen. You and Natina. We already know what's going on. I literally just want to be left alone. No one has a right to come over here. Everything that I share is well documented.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I only have.
Fair enough. But you guys have no reign or right over me to start impacting me this way. I'm just trying to get some rest. That's it.
I hear you. I'm in no way trying to impact you.
But what right do you have to come and knock on my door? I'm resting.
So I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm 46 years old. I'm in full control of my life and my finances. We're not even blood relatives. I don't even trust this woman who found me. I don't know how.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just go back in my room and close the door because I'm allowed to do that. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you. Bye. Bye. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. Bye.
So I'm hearing rumors that they said that she said she was suicidal. So I think the cousin reported her and the social worker showed up to where she's staying.
What the hell is going on? I am fine. Quee comes from Houston claiming that she found me based on my live, which is an absolute lie.
So apparently
I don't need help from them. I don't need social work help. I've already posted everything. That's been happening to me online. The cops aren't willing to do anything. The FDNY isn't willing to do anything. Why is this happening to me? It's crazy.
Let me fast forward to when the cops show up.
I have been.
All right, let's see what look
at this craziness that's happening in the hospital. These people are really here thinking they're about to drag me out of this room and take me to a hospital. This is happening in New York, in America. This is happening in our America. Can you believe this? My quote-unquote cousin really thinks she has some authority to call EMS to drag me to the hospital.
So I'm assuming that her cousin saw something that was alarming and she contacted the authorities to get her some mental help. So obviously she's going through something. I think she sounds a little manic in my humble opinion. And just in my humble opinion, let's go to a little bit more. Okay, let me scroll.
Where someone can call and try to force you out of your room. I am fine. I was resting.
So that's a social worker. Let's get to when the police show up. Okay, that's a scripture. Yeah, she's manic. She probably do need some help. I remember I was doing some of this stuff.
That I had gotten into Princeton Seminary.
And this is why it's not good to be doing all that live streaming and all that.
DA.
Okay, she got a scripture that she's looking at.
Okay,
here we go.
I just want look at what's happening in America. Look at this. Look at this.
You're not in trouble?
I know that.
Okay.
I don't have a reason to be in trouble.
Okay.
We're just asking you to come to the hospital.
I don't need to go to the hospital. How dare you tell me I have to go to the hospital?
You going to the hospital, ma'am.
Who is we? Who's we?
Myself and my fellow social worker.
From where? Who's we?
We're from Bellevue.
So Bellevue, are you kidding me? They really want me to go to Bellevue. Are you kidding me?
You going.
Are you kidding me?
Let me stop this right now. When you see social workers and police pull up, that means that they have legal right to take you out of your room to make sure you're not a danger to yourself and a danger to others. They say pick up the phone. Okay, we are live. Let's pick up the phone. 9062. Deborah, you're on the air. So what is going on?
I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm literally shocked right now.
Oh.
That I am so shocked. So the woman in the video who's talking, this woman has several Ivy League degrees, okay?
Okay.
Like but over the past week or so, she's been posting these kind of videos to her personal Instagram. And for the past several months, she's been posting videos along the same lines. So in a nutshell, and this is public on the Instagram pages that I'll let you know, but she suffered racial discrimination, alleged racial discrimination at her previous employer, Estee Lauder. So that's a major corporation. And as a result of that, like she's been kind of being very vocal on her social media pages about calling that out and Black women's treatment in corporate America. But that being said, the video that you're showing, she's been posting several videos over the last week. And when I give you her page, you'll see. I can't.
But obviously, did she post something saying that she's a danger to herself? Because obviously, when you see the hospital show up, obviously she must have said something that triggered them to come in.
So here's the thing. On her social media pages, she's been telling people, she's been saying that she feels like somebody is trying to harm her.
Okay.
Somebody's trying to kill her. Yeah. Somebody's trying to put gas in her room to get rid of her as a result of her treatment of being a whistleblower at Estee Lauder. She's been saying all of that kind of stuff. And people have been telling her, hey, can you post the receipt? Can you post so we can really get the word out? Because she's asking everyone to get the word out. So like if you go to her Instagram, she's tagging in these videos the FBI. She's tagging the vice president. She's tagging the president and everything. Like she's been saying she wants people to get the word out because she feels like the police aren't taking her police report. They're not paying attention to her. They're not. They're just kind of not helping. So this is just so sad, unfortunate.
But she obviously probably needs some mental treatment because when you do all that, they're gonna, they gotta make sure she's okay mentally. So, and when you post all that on your social media, you gotta be careful, in my humble opinion, because look what happened. Look who's at their door.
I know, and I bet you somebody, because if she's posting videos like that publicly, and she's telling people to get her help, you don't know what help is coming your way and which kind, what people will dial in. Because
the person, when you said that somebody's going to gas my room, somebody's going to do when you saying stuff like that, you can't, I've done it. She's gone from, if you look at her page, she's gone from between two cities and she's saying the same problem is happening. So it's, do you know what I mean? So it's like if she's in one location, she's saying that she feels like somebody's getting her, and then she goes to another location, she says something similar, a completely different state. Like if you go to her Instagram, you'll see. But when you played that video and I heard her voice, I was like, oh my gosh. Because she's, like I said, she's Ivy League. She's the head of a national organization for Black women. And that's do you feel like she needs some mental help? Do you feel like she needs some mental help?
I can't say.
Because she's paranoid. Because what I'm hearing, she's very paranoid. I've been that way. I was so paranoid. I was saying all this stuff. It seemed like her room, she just in that room. Maybe she do need to talk to somebody about what she's going through. Maybe she needs some help. But just judging by this video, you can just tell that something is not right. Because I don't think the hospital just come for nothing. So something her cousin must have said, that she must have had a conversation with her cousin, and she must have told them to say, hey, she needs some type of help. And they come into her room right now, and that means they're taking control over her. Once you see them come there, you no longer have control. You will go to the hospital. Because when they came to my house one time, they came and got me, and I had to go. I couldn't leave. They had a court order to say you will be in this mental hospital. until we could get clearance and to see if you're okay, because you are a danger to yourself and others. So we have a court order. So I believe they have a court order because the social worker is there and the paramedics and the police. So she gonna be going. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. This is a serious situation. I just want everybody to keep her and just the situation
And the family
in
in
your
the prayer.
prayers.
Yes.
And her family too. Just really keep her in your prayers. And I'm hoping that she gets the help that she needs, whether it's like somebody actually after her or, I don't want to speculate or anything, but yeah. So when I heard that, my jaw was on the ground when you played that.
Right, because I'm saying that the cousin, see the piece when the family came, or that's her cousin, obviously she must have said something to trigger them, because they're not going to come for nothing. Something triggered them to come.
Yeah.
And she must not show that piece, but she probably was on the phone with her cousin and probably said a whole bunch of stuff to her cousin. Her cousin said, hey, my cousin needs some type of treatment and help. So obviously she's in the hospital, because I don't think she posted lately, because somebody else I don't know who she is. I'm assuming that this lady used to work for a company. Is it a makeup company that she used to work for?
Yes, in the past she's worked for like Estee Lauder, which is and it's all public information on her page on her Instagram. But she worked for Estee Lauder in the past,
and sometimes
she's alleged that she suffered racial discrimination there.
That can trigger your mental health too. That can trigger you, and when you think that they have done this to you because of that can trigger you mentally if you go through that process. So she probably having a breakdown because of the problems at her workplace. Yeah. That probably could be.
But we need to talk about that even more, because it's not just Black women, it's Black men too experience, Black women and Black men experience that. And depending on the severity of it, it can, like we're describing right now, what the extent it can go, So yeah, I think that's a larger conversation that would be great to have.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I just wanted to call in just to add some context to it, because I feel like you were already along the line, like you had already kind of figured it out.
Yeah, because
like
when you say
what was happening,
I'm seeing it like she had a trigger at her job, something happened, and that could have really triggered her, and it can mess you up mentally in some cases. And I feel like she probably depressed. She probably haven't slept in days. She just posted all of this stuff on there. So I pray that she get the help that she needs. I pray that
I do too.
The situation get resolved, because I don't think she posts any evidence of the job trying to burn her up or put gas in her room.
Exactly. So that's what I wanted to do, and I appreciate you taking my call. And I just wanted to add some even further context. I think we're already about to add some context breakdown. I was like, I got to call in. But yeah, I just want people to, our audience, the audience on your channel, they understand.
Yes.
But the way it's being circulated, it seems like, some people are very insensitive towards people's mental state.
They are, man. People say, oh, she's so crazy. They in the Black community, they still not open to it. They talked about me with the library situation. So she's of course not going to be exempt. And she live streamed this. So for the world to see it, she live streamed it all. So I do feel for her, because it bringing back, it triggering me when I was at the hospital. Saying, I ain't nothing wrong with me, baby. I did not leave that hospital. They gave me that shot and knocked me out. And I started singing gospel music because I was high off the dope they gave me. I'm just being honest. And look at them just right there. When you see the social worker with there and the police, you going to the hospital. She gonna be there for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's nothing she can do. She will have a court date. She will have a court date, because they will give you a court date. But 90% of the time, they go with the doctor. And what the doctor has said. If that doctor say, hey, she is a danger to herself, she is not competent to be out by herself, she got to be here for more treatment, you will be there for more treatment. And that's the truth.
I'm just shocked right now. So I'm gonna definitely continue to keep her in my prayers. But from an outsider looking in, like us, it's like, what do you do? Because I don't know her on that level. like where I could call her or anything like that. But I recognized that voice. I was just like, what is happening here?
And I saw this story on my radio.
Yeah.
And this is why it's important to watch other content creators sometimes to see what they're talking about. And I said I could offer another piece of conversation with this, that maybe she is going through something and she need help. And the power that hospitals have, that they can just take you to there and get a court order. And it's so easy to get that in Texas too. Because I had about 3 against me, and I had to do 3 stints in the hospital, and I was in there for about a couple of months. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I like I said, thank you so much for having me call in. And if you decide to talk about this topic in the future, I think a lot of people in the chat, as well as, can kind of vouch for that workplace harassment and treatment, racism, and all that.
In corporate America, they go through a lot as Black people. It's Black people that worked in corporate America committed suicide because of the mistreatment, the discrimination, the problems that exist. That's real.
It's a problem. And you'd be surprised what employers can get away with legally.
You're right.
Treatment. You'd be surprised how far they can go without actually receiving like any penalties or anything, like workplace bullying. It could be like microaggressions too, where they make a subtle comment where it's not like calling you the N-word, something like blatant. It can be something very like microaggressive.
Absolutely, and different comments that they make.
The wrong name.
Yes.
Yeah, calling you the wrong name or acting like they don't know how to say your name and things like that.
And then you got to be different, just like the lady that was on the live. It was a situation, she was talking to the zoning commissioner, and he kept not saying doctor. He's supposed to address her as doctor. So she was like, I'm Dr. Azariel. Oh, he kept just disregarding this doctor, not giving her the proper title, and just literally being ignorant. And people deal with this every day. Then you can't really be Black. You gotta talk a different way just to make your white counterparts feel comfortable. You gotta dress a certain way just to make your white counterparts feel comfortable when you're working in that corporate climax. It's different, and it's sad that you really can't be yourself, and you got to deal with all the different stresses, the different racism. When you see people get promoted and you did all the work and somebody else get the promotion, and knowing that you qualified, but they give it to their niece or to their cousin. So that deals with a lot with you mentally.
Right, and like, where do you go? HR? In HR, they work on behalf of the company.
On behalf of the company. Okay, that I'm telling you, HR works on behalf of the company, and Chad, I ain't gonna do nothing you just because you're gonna. It could even make the problem even worse. Come on, and they're gonna start saying you so difficult.
Hemmed up and out the door.
Yes, they're gonna be like, you difficult. There's something wrong with you. What's your problem? You difficult. So I am feeling for this woman, and I just pray that she get the help, get the healing, and write a book and come on the Wiley Show and promote it. I would love for her to write a book about her experience and take a time out to just journal. And she really need a vacation because she's going through a lot. She probably need a good man. So if she's single, I'm single, and we probably can talk about it. I'm joking. She need a good therapist too. It's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
And she, and just touching on the Ivy League, you hear in the video she mentioned that she got into seminary school.
Yes, come on.
Yeah, that's true. She got into Princeton.
Wow.
Seminary school.
So she's smart.
Ivy League.
How is she beautiful? How she look? How does she look? Is she good looking?
I'll send you the page.
Okay, send me the page. If she the educated, I deal with it. If she a 3, it's okay. Okay. She got the bag. She went all to different schools. We can talk about our problems together. Is it too soon? Okay, it's too soon. They say it's too soon. Okay, I'm sorry. It's too soon.
It's okay.
Well, thank you so much, Deborah, for calling in. I'm shocked that you called in.
Oh, I had to call in on one. I had to definitely call in, and I'll call in the future as well.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Thank you so much for calling in, Deborah. Love you. Okay, she was giving us a little
Alright,
backstory of the
have a
story.
good
Thank
night.
you. You too. You have a wonderful night.
Okay.
Okay, so let me play a little bit more piece of this video so we can see a little bit piece of this.
It sounds very concerning, and we work.
I'm not going to, are you kidding me? These people are here telling me I have to go to Bellevue.
We're not able to make a really great evaluation.
I'm not going to Bellevue. Like, how is this? Okay, listen, everyone, please share this. Please share this. Like, these people are trying to tell me I have to go to Bellevue. Everything that I've done, everything I've worked for and built up in my life, random people come along and tell me, of all hospitals, you want me to go to Bellevue? I'm not going to Bellevue. I'm not going to Bellevue.
Oh yeah, you going?
I posted facts. How, Queen, you're a horrible person. You are a horrible person. Look at her, everyone, just so that you know the level of evil that exists in this world. I don't have to go to Bellevue. What's wrong with you? I'm just resting. Who is we? The hospital just comes out of nowhere, and how is this acceptable in America? Look at this. All these people. I'm not going to Bellevue. I graduated from Columbia. I just got into Princeton, and you're telling me I have to go to Bellevue Psych? Queen, leave me alone. You're horrible. Look at everyone. Look at this level of evil that exists in this world. She's known me since I was a child. Look at this evil that exists in this world. For what, Queen? For what? Is it money? I have money. I can give you money. Is it money that you need? Look at this evil in the world. Okay, look at it. Look at this evil in this world. I'm not going to Bellevue. How dare you? Well, I'll go somewhere else. I'm not going to Bellevue. I will go to you're not taking me to it, and I will go by myself. I will meet you there. Okay?
I think we're a little bit past that point.
How are we past that?
So because of what we've heard,
You are going to take someone by force. America, I hope you're watching this. I don't want to I'm not going to Bellevue. There are hospitals around here. I'm not going to Bellevue. How dare, I am a Black woman in this America. And these people just come in and just tell me, please stay away from me. I swear to you, stay away from me. Leave me alone. Look at evil people. Look at evil. See evil. I am not going to Bellevue.
I mean, it's not a judgment in any way.
I don't care about what you think. There are other hospitals here. I'm just saying that there are clinics here. I'm not going to Bellevue. I'm not staying overnight in Bellevue. Look at this. Look at what's happening in America. This is happening in your country.
Again, I think so because of what we've heard, it sounds like the past couple of weeks you've not been yourself.
Listen, and I've been sharing what's happening to me.
I know.
Okay?
I know. And I think that
I've been sharing the facts of my case.
I hear that, but I think that
Look at what
This is why you have to be careful what you post on social media. You have to be very careful what you live stream, what you post, because you can end up in a hospital like this because they seem to know, and one of the family members seems to know and told that hospital that she's not in her right mind. She's posting weird stuff. You have to be very careful. It is a psych ward that they want her to go to in treatment when you can't leave on your own. You got to be very careful what you post on your Instagram, what you post on your channel, because your family could come out and see what they got to say. Let's go to the phone lines. I got another caller in here. 5147, you're live on the air. Hey.
Did you, sorry, I kind of tuned in late. Did you already talk about the Duggar case? Because I said I was going to call in for
I did. We talk about the Duggar's case. It's the Duggar's case. Okay, surviving Josh Duggar. Talk about it.
Yeah, so I don't know if any caller said anything about that. Since I repeat anything, I'm sorry, but what I do know is that they did expose him for molesting like 5 of his sisters, because 19 kids accountant. I think they got like 21 now at this point or more. But it did come out that he did molest some of the older girls.
And he's charged with a lot. He's definitely going down. Do you believe that he's innocent or guilty?
Oh, he's guilty AF.
Okay, because I want to make sure that you ain't gonna get on here sounding like R. Kelly, sounding like or he innocent like R. Kelly.
He worse than Mr. Robert Kelly. He was doing that stuff to his only family members and young children, so he deserves to be locked up for life. And the thing that bothers me the most is I believe that his mother and probably his father too was they were talking about trans people, they were talking about all these people, but they was protecting their pedophile son. The whole time. They know he was a pedophile, but they didn't do nothing to protect their other kids, their other 20 kids. And also about that case with that lady that you were just talking about, I did read about it. And I did read that maybe her sister is involved with, like I said, I'm just joined in, so if y'all sent me this stuff before, I apologize if I missed it, but she's trying to say her sister was trying to make her be a blood sacrifice, which I do believe in. The whole, like, just music industry, all that type of stuff, I do believe that they be sacrificing their people to get on. And, I mean, maybe she could have did that, but the caller sounds like she's her 50 girl. F you, ayo mama, ayo daddy. Shut up.
Oh, okay. Well, we thank you so very much.
I do believe that maybe, I mean, if she said they might have tried to, she could have, maybe, I do believe that people sacrifice their family members. Either they get them killed or they get bad stuff done to themselves to get on in Hollywood. So, I mean, she might be right with that stuff, but I really want to know more about her sister and see if her sister really on that like that to get her sacrificed for that hotel to be burnt, for her to get taken by the police and all that.
I don't believe you. Got to be careful saying, because that sounds crazy. You got to be careful saying those type of stuff.
She said it though. She said it.
You got to be careful saying all that stuff. Come on now, ain't nobody trying to put you on fire.
She said it.
I understand that, but can't nobody try to put you on fire. Child, you a little manic. Go ahead. That's why those people in her room right now to take her house to put her in a mental place. You got to be careful saying all that stuff.
She is though. They did say that she was she might have had like bipolar disorder.
She sounds manic. She sounds manic. Oh baby, a manic knows manic. She sounds very manic. Ain't nothing wrong. You posted all them videos, all them clips, saying all that stuff. She need help. She's not the same. Anytime you see somebody that never said all these different conspiracies, just going out of their way, you gotta be. That's concerning. So her family did right by notifying the authorities.
You know, I do agree. I do remember about the 100 posts that she did put. She did make herself seem pretty suicidal.
Yeah, she need help. Yeah, she. I can tell they not coming there for nothing. She been posting. I'm looking at her page now. She been posting a lot of stuff. So it's just very concerning. So that's why they came in there and to get her some treatment. So we shall see how this is going to play out. Of course, I hope that she feels better by getting the medication, getting the treatment, just to talk about it. And it's no telling. She may be diagnosed with bipolar or schizophrenia. We don't know, but I am praying for her. And she's a beautiful Black woman. I hope everything is well, but I am praying for her. Yes.
Wiley, though, how did that Think Tank interview go? Because I did say that I was watching in between, but I had to tap out the live because I had something going on. But how did that interview? Because when we end this live, we're gonna rewatch it. But how did that go?
It went well. So it was a great interview. I think I did a great job. Great professional interview. So I would like for you to watch it so you can get your thoughts on it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave some comments on your page, but
okay.
Thank you for answering my stuff.
Thank you for telling me about Josh. What's his last name? Josh.
Duggar, he's garbage. Him and
Okay.
his whole family, 21 plus, they're all trash. I don't care.
We thank you so very
Yeah,
much for
they're all
telling me
garbage.
about that, producer. And make sure you follow me on Instagram so I can follow you back if you have an Instagram.
I don't even have an IG, but I'll make one for you. At this point.
So you can start sending me stories and stuff. Thank you so much.
Shout out to producers.
Shout out to
You
the
know, I'll be talking my
producers.
mess, but I'll hop back in this chat.
Okay, thank you. All right.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye. So we the phone lines is open, people. So I'm gonna play this video. We got another caller in here. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Wiley!
Hey,
How are you, Wiley?
I'm doing good.
I almost had to hang up, Wiley, because I'm late for my date.
Oh, that's you going on. You beautiful.
It's
So
up and stuck for me tonight.
So where y'all going? I feel like you're going for a nice steak dinner.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, we are.
And you beautiful. So you beautiful. So you know.
Oh,
That's good.
thank you so much, Wiley. You know, I feel bad for the lady, but you know, Ivy League graduates also have mental illness. So, and she seemed like she was really having a problem. But what I really wanted to get to, Wiley,
Yes.
I thought you did a great job interviewing the king of fish grease. Okay, sitting up there like he used a can of Crisco oil on his face. How atrocious. And what was the purpose for the broom? I don't understand. What's the purpose for the broom?
The broom, I guess, a king, because you know, brooms is when you're a king, you're like you cleaning up your palace.
Really?
I don't know.
you
I'm
did
just
a
saying,
lot.
you know, when you're a king, don't they hold up like different sticks and stuff when you're a king? Don't they hold up sticks?
I've never in my life seen a king with a broom. Okay? He needed a mop to wipe all that grease from his face that was dripping all over the floor. Okay, looking like a $2 Happy Meal with that crown on. He could have at least went to Party City and got a crown.
That's a nice. It fits his head though. That crown do fits his head. It's a good crown. You don't think so? It fits his head, and that's a part of his look.
Well, it's not helping his look. I'll tell you that. You know, I don't know, nor have I ever listened to a series he's done on you, Wiley.
Okay.
But let me tell you, you know, he wasn't man enough to apologize to you for saying disgraceful things that could have very well sullied your reputation.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that. Yes.
He could have at least apologized to you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying you can't interview people that you fall out with, you know, but you have to proceed with caution with them. You know, there's an old saying like everybody, you can't trust everybody. You know what I mean? You can like everybody, but trust no one. When people show you how they move, Wiley, that's how they move.
And then sometimes too, when people do stuff, ask them questions. Hey, what's going on? Why did you do what you did? And from what he said was, oh, this was clicks and views, and I was just doing it, clapping back and all that. And I hear that, but sometimes we have to be careful when we're having these serious allegations, because you see what's going on with Dr. Reed. Have to be, and I don't even believe that. It's like they're doing that for clicks and views. It is nasty, and that can mess up your reputation, your bag, sponsors. And I'm just coming up. I'm not that established. You know what I mean? You know, you got to be very cautious of that. And I will tell you this, Wendy, I don't do that with other people. I've had stuff in my DMs about a blogger. It's some nasty stuff that somebody want to come and just have these allegations. And I don't take it, because once you put that out there and they don't go to the police, what I look like interviewing you about some allegations and you never went to the police about it. You never went to the cops. You never went to the hospital. You never went to a social worker. But yet you want to come on the show to talk about it. I find that quite strange. So I refuse to do those type of interviews unless you have the police, unless you go into some type of court and all of that and all. That's when I would do something like that because it would make sense. But just you getting up there, just making all these blatant statements and don't want to come on camera too, like no. Even if you do come on camera with people, you gotta watch because it's some clout chasers. And a lot of those people that did that, they were clout chasers and they're mad that they're not on my level and they would never be on my level and they just want to just attach themselves to Wiley. And guess what? Wiley is still here and where they at. You don't even know their name.
And you know what? You don't accuse anyone of the word. You don't do things like that
without evidence
unless
or proof.
You really have proof and you're right, and you're going to show it. You don't go and do things like that.
You can say that
I just think it's very distasteful. Okay, and he was smiling and laughing with that Cheshire grin that was disgusting. You know, when you approached him about it, I'm really glad you approached him about it, Wiley. And it's not just, you don't say, well, I did it back because to get a clicking of you. I've never heard you put that on anyone. I've never heard you do that.
You're right about that. You won't hear me
do
that.
So, no, you're not supposed to do that. So you know what? If the grease muffin man didn't think he should apologize to you for saying those distasteful things, then don't be gullible, Wiley.
No, I don't.
Like I said,
I'm not gullible at all. It's just you got to put it in context. He's on a hot show, and I'm going to ask questions. And though we may not come from this, that we all agree, even though I don't like what happened, but I just did it because he was on the show, and I think that was a good business
What hot
decision.
show is he on exactly? What hot show is he on?
On Chasing LA. That's a beautiful franchise. Millions of people watch it.
Oh, really? I knew nothing about it.
Oh, you didn't know nothing about it, Wendy, about the Chasing franchise? You got to get into it. You will like it. I think you will really like it.
Oh, okay. I don't know where's it come on? Where you?
It's come on YouTube. It come on YouTube, and you can just type in Chasing LA, Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Dallas. It's a show that is on YouTube. And millions of people watch it. A lot of celebrities watch it. It's a great franchise. And I think you would be entertained by it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'll have to check it out. Okay?
That's good.
But, my thing is, like I said, what can he do to elevate your career? He's talking about Tasha K and her husband likes little boys. That's very defamatory when you do.
And like when people say that, how can you say something like that? You never met the Tasha K. You never met the man. And these people, they just be saying all this stuff. But my gosh,
and he has children. They have children.
Absolutely.
Sometimes how I voice my opinion about Tasha K, but you know what? They have children. And you just don't put out defamatory comments like that.
Facts.
That's one thing I have to say sometimes about, the gay men. They love to put out that type of thing about straight men.
Come on. Speak it.
And you just can't go around doing that.
Speak it. You got to be careful doing that. And then gay men got to be careful putting that against other gay men because that we already have a stigma being part of the LGBT of the things that they have been saying to the LGBT people. So we have to be careful saying that to each other when society be trying to put them label on us and push that agenda.
They think that. Yeah. And that's what they think, right?
Yeah.
They think you're predatory.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with saying that and putting gay labels on straight men, families.
Facts. You have to definitely.
If someone would do that to him, he would have a fit.
Oh yeah. Especially when
just don't go around doing that to anyone.
You got to be very cautious, and that's just game. That's just game. You got to be very cautious because you won't want nobody saying it about your family, your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother. You won't want people to say that about you, and it ain't gonna feel good when people say that about you because karma is something. You just got to be very cautious on that. And the reason why I did it.
And what is someone gonna get if they sue him? His broom and his fish grease face. and a Burger King hat, what are they going to get exactly from him if they sue him? He can't even afford a facial to get those ginormous pores in his face that's leaking transmission oil all over the place.
He got some good chocolate skin. He got some beautiful chocolate skin. Beautiful chocolate skin. I like his skin. It's beautiful.
Well, you know what? Well, I think you're about the only person that thinks that.
And then,
okay,
can we say
Wiley,
this too, Wendy?
Let's
talk about the law. Let's talk about the law.
Like I don't want you to be friends with it.
No, it's not about being friends with. It's interviewing.
No, well, I'm saying for the business with Armand, Tosh, and all of you guys.
Okay.
But like I said, you have to just,
and then you also
not trust everyone.
No, you can't. You just interview and stuff like that. These people we never met. We never been in the same spaces. But I look at Jaguar Wright, and I look at the situation. You just got to be very cautious of that. And even meeting somebody like Jaguar Wright, that always have allegations to say that someone touched her. But I also want to say this though. The reason why I did it because it invoked conversation. Let's have conversation. Let's do this. And let's have this in-depth conversation as Black men, even though we were beefing. But let's come together and have this conversation. But I have beef with a lot of people, but I will never go so low to talk about somebody saying allegations about them. It's a situation that's going on with Dr. Larry Reed. I don't know if you ever heard of Dr. Larry Reed, but he's a YouTuber. And it's some YouTubers that's ganging up against him saying that he touched a 14 and a 15-year-old. I don't believe those allegations, and people are doing it for clicks and views. And now Dr. Larry Reed got to spend thousands of dollars to get process servers, and they're posting the cease and desist letter with Dr. Larry Reed address. They're doing all of this type of stuff. Now he got to go on his bank account to get process servers to serve them for a lawsuit, and they still can do the talking because it's a civil case. So now you got to go through all this stuff. You can go to the cops, but until they press charges and all that, you can't really stop a person from doing all that talking on YouTube. I haven't seen it happen. And now he got to spend thousands of dollars to get this person served. They're posting his address. They're saying this stuff. I just got the email and the screenshot. They posted the man's address because he sent out cease and desist letters. And you know this with cease and desist is just it don't have no teeth in it. It's just a letter to kind of scare you. But you got to go to court.
It's horrible because, it's like the Black YouTubers are doing that with one another. You don't see the white YouTubers doing that.
Oh,
you just don't. That's a very, very serious allegation.
It's very serious.
It's very serious when you say someone art somebody or they rape little boys.
Yeah, you got it. That's very serious.
I don't find anything funny about that unless it's true. And if it's true, you should be going with your evidence to the cops.
Say it, preach it, instead of going to YouTube.
Instead of running to YouTube and instead of attacking one another like that. I just think that it's so disgraceful to do something like that.
But the white YouTubers, they've been doing it too with James Charles and what's the other guy's name? James Charles and Star. What's the other guy's name? Jeffree Star. They be talking about it too over there too, Wendy. I'm gonna have to start sending you some videos because they be going crazy.
I don't watch too much, Wiley, but I do know that the ones that I watch, it's mostly with the Black YouTubers.
Yes, and I want to thank you.
I see them going after each other so viciously.
And I also want to thank you, Wendy, because every time you send me a beautiful card, you always send me a beautiful blessing, and you're just so beautiful. And I just want to say thank you for that, because you don't have to do it. I was like, yes, I leave that post office with a big smile on my face.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're such a big teddy bear, Wiley.
And I can't wait to come to New York because I will be in Atlanta traveling to see Monique show, and I will be in Chicago. Then I can't wait to do New York because I think New York I just can't wait to it open up because y'all been closed so long. So I can't wait to New York open up so we can go out and have fun.
Yes, we have to show you around the big city.
Yeah, we could just go around drinking some Prosecco.
And speaking of Prosecco, I have to go because I have to get my glass of Prosecco, and box for a little of Cardi's big paper.
Oh, it's like this
so
a booty call.
For my hot date.
It's like this is a booty call. It's 12. It's like a booty. Is this a booty call?
Oh yes, it's up and it's stuck tonight, darling. You better believe it.
Wait a minute. Not you about to have a booty call.
You have a great night, Wiley.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too. All right, thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Y'all, shout out. We have Wendy Wills on the line, the Wendy Wills caller. 7562 caller, you on the air.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I am well. Listen, I saw your interview and I wanted to give you some feedback.
Go ahead.
The first part, I don't know what was going on with the gentleman, and I'm going to be respectful because I just saw growth from you. Did I want you to wild out a little bit? But it seemed like in the beginning, he was trying to fill you out. And I know that the chat was saying, no, he didn't apologize. But it seemed like the first time you attempted to disengage when you started to thank him for his time, it seemed like he let whatever was holding him back, he seemed like he let it go and he actually spoke better. Because I'm going to tell you, the first part of the interview, I was just like, Little John, like, what? What is this man talking about? But once you attempted to end the interview and you started winding it down, he spoke better. He actually had a conversation with you. Now, while he didn't own up to, his role, he did admit some truthful things. He said it was clicks for clicks and views. He said he was standing by his boy. And let me just say, as far as that's concerned, I know y'all have y'all alliances. This is like Survivor. You should be like Survivor, chat. I know you have your alliances, but I wish sometimes that you guys would just remain neutral in some of this mess. Because I feel like some mess is not for you.
Facts.
It's not for you.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I think that it's a lot of people who, I like that I watch and they don't necessarily get along. And I'm just like, wow, if they remain neutral. Because when it blows up, and it will eventually, there will be people, if you had been neutral, who would come and gravitate to you because you would be, and again, a lot of times, you could be the voice of reason, especially when you talk politics.
Yes.
But, but I know alliances and I know how, this
And
works.
also,
and,
you have to be nice, too.
Sometimes you just got to be loyal.
Yes, and then you have to be
Right.
nice to the people and to come on your show. You can't be disrespectful because he reached out and I said, okay, this is good. Let's just do the show. And it was great. I think it was a good interview. And I just love the fact that people were able to give their comments and y'all was in the chat saying what y'all were saying because this never happened. You've never seen me interview somebody that was dragging me so much other than when Armand came on the show. But like I would say this, I would never put something on somebody with serious allegations. I don't care how bad we be. I would not do that, especially without no evidence. That's just crazy. You're not going to see me do some stuff like that. You got to be very professional. And when he was doing it, I was unbothered. We would do the show and I would talk about it on Station Head and we would have a good time with my audience. But never one time I will put that label on another gay man because we go through a lot already. As Black gay men in America, we go through a lot in our families, in society, in politics. We go through a lot. So we got to be together. We don't have to be like the best of friends, but we can be cordial.
And like I said, I saw growth from you. I saw your interview skills on 1,000 because there were times when he just should have behaved better. Like in the beginning, I just feel like, dude, this is an opportunity for you to elevate yourself. Like I know you talk about elevation and so on and so forth, and you've been true walking in your words. But this gentleman right here, it just took him, I don't know if it was like, I don't know what he was sipping, but it looked like it took him a little while to warm up. But like I said, toward the end, like if you cut that interview in half, around the halfway point, he actually started to, articulate better, use words, and actually talk to you as if it was an interview, as if he felt comfortable. But I don't know if the man was scared that you had some tricks for him, but I enjoyed the second half when he actually started to openly, in my opinion, and more articulately have a conversation with you. And like I said, I think you impressed me tonight, Wiley, with your interview. And I just want to, give credit where credit's due. And the other thing, I just want to say this. I'm in the DMV area. Don't get mad at me, but I was not buying a dang on face products, but your face is looking good. And since I was in the area, I went to the spa and got me a daggone facial. And I told her Wiley sent me, and she was all excited and everything.
Yes!
But
Did you do that for real? Oh my
I'm a
gosh!
supporter.
Yes, thank you for
Yes,
that.
I did.
Yes, that's
Yes, I did. As soon as I got this COVID vaccine, Wiley, I sure did give me a damn facial.
Yeah, and she was so happy, and she's so nice.
She said, I said, look, I can't do the products. I said, I'll have discipline that Wiley got. I said, so you just gonna have to do this to my face right now. And she took care of me. So thank you for that as well. I'm a fan. Keep doing what you're doing. And you impressed me tonight, and I want to give credit where credit's due. And I hope you have another interview with that gentleman if they do another season, because I think he'll behave better.
Yes.
And he'll be a better interview, having encountered that elevated Wiley.
Yes.
And that's all I got to say here. But you have a wonderful weekend, and I am a fan. And let me go ahead and get something to your Cash App, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Cash App, not the super chat, so YouTube don't take the money.
Oh, thank you.
Guys,
We sure need it. Love you. Thank you. Yes.
Love you too, boo.
I got my. Thank you. All right. I just speaking about Shaw's question. She sent me some products, and she sent me some beauty products, and all that. So make sure y'all go over there and tell her that Wiley sent you. Send some beauty products. She sent me some night cream and some day cream. So she sent me some beauty products. Okay. That was wonderful. Okay. We got any other callers? Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, so I have some pros and cons, like feedback on the interview that you had earlier.
Okay.
So I'll start with the cons. So for someone who don't know the background between you and King Haynes, I think it would have been good to know like an introduction of him. To like start off with like, hi, how are you? Can you give my viewers who don't really know who you are a little bit of background about yourself? Okay. And then went further from there. So I think that's a good feedback. Not necessarily something negative that you did wrong, right. But that could have been something that you could have started with to kind of lead into the interview before just jumping into chasing LA,
Right.
But other than that, like I said, I don't know the background between you two, but I noticed that it was like some tension, and I applaud you for how you handled it. You handled it very, very well, because I would have, me being myself, I would have said some things back to him. But you kept it cute and you did good. So good job and keep it up. And I just look forward to keep seeing more interviews from you, and I just hope more blessings come to you.
Yes, thank you so much for that. Because like you said, everybody don't know the history, and I could have did a little bit more background. But thank you so much for viewing it. It sounds like I think you're first. I never heard you call in. This your first time calling in the show?
Yeah, this is what I know you don't call in. I just sit back
and watch.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you for your support.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Yes, and I gotta give me some more Shots Creation soaps, definitely for that. But yeah, she gave me some products. Funny she said that and stuff like that. Yes, we still love her, and I did not get paid to say that. I love her products. Anonymous, you live on air. Anonymous, you live on air. Okay, I guess they are not.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I had the phone on mute.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay.
Okay. First, I want to give you kudos for the interview. I watched the interview with you and the official King Payne. I think that it was a little bit hot in the beginning. I think he was a little bit standoffish, just because he was trying to test the room, trying to see how you was going to come at him. But I think, like one of the other callers stated, how the interview ended up,
actually turned out really, really good. You were able to not only touch bases on the show and other things that he had going on in his life, you was also able to touch bases on part of your fallout, you know, with the whole surviving Wiley.
Right.
So I think that was really good. Now, although he did not give you an official apology, I think that at some point, once you all connect more, you know, like how you stated you want to fly to LA, you know what I'm saying? I think you would get that. He had his little stance as far as he said that you took several digs at him in the past, you know, as far as like with the radio show with him and Armand and certain things. So certain things that you may have said, like you would have been better suited in certain spaces that he was in, probably made him feel a certain type of way. However, it doesn't justify the whole surviving Wiley, because that is tarnishing somebody's reputation and somebody's brand on a whole another level. And that could have went completely left. You know, thank goodness that it didn't, but that could have went completely left. But this interview definitely showed growth, you know, amongst both of you all. So I think that was great. The Kamala Harris piece, because I didn't hear anybody touch on that. Kamala Harris with the whole America is not racist. When did America stop being racist? They still have racist laws on the books. You still have the crime bill laws. You still have discrimination in the workplace throughout all cities and all states. You still have people of color, Black people, unlawfully getting arrested by police officers and getting killed. You have the prison system that makes up the majority of minorities and Black people. So when did America stop being racist? When has it been equal across the board? That's my question to her, because they still have laws on the books that support racism, slavery, and a whole bunch of laws that affected Black people and minority people.
Amen.
So for her to get up and to make that statement is a big slap in the face for Black people, for people that actually voted for her because of the color of her skin. You know, like, how is it that the Asian people get something on the books, how they get this hate crime bill passed and pushed, how do they get this $50 million, but then you have Black people that have been suffering for decades, for centuries, for years, and we have nothing, but you want to say that America is not racist.
America is very racist. And my thing is this, I think if Kamala Harris was the president, maybe she would say it. But then again, she's in politics. She's a politician. You know, they get up there with wholesome truths. So sad. But we know this. Every Black person know that this country should know that this country is still very racist. Until they apologize and repent from their racism and pay us and cut us that check with them zeros and give us some land, then we can have then we can say, okay, America did pay for the debts, you know. But as of right now, America is still very racist, and that ain't gonna change. I don't think it would change in my lifetime.
I think when you referenced her, when you said that it's based on her position, Kamala's stance has always been like this, even before she became the VP. Just even how she handled Black people and brown people in the state that she was, that she was the ADA on. And how she handled the Black people, how she treated the Black people versus the white people. Like, because there was a lot of habits behind her name, even as she was in this whole presidential run, just like it was with Joe Biden. People just felt like they were going with the lesser of two evils, which was Joe Biden and Kamala versus Trump. Now, she's already getting donkey of the day by Charlamagne. All these people that pushed for her to be in office and Biden to be in office, you know, what have they done within this first 100 days for Black American people that is the reason why they are in office?
Well, we did get a check. I would tell you that we did get a check. We did get us a stimulus check, which was good.
$1,400 check?
Which was decent. But also people were getting per child.
Stimulus check versus the Asian Americans get a $50 million bill pass.
But some of the people that got kids, did you get like $600 per child? Or $400 per child plus?
Okay, but that's something that is given out universal. I'm saying, what did they do specifically for Black people, the people that voted them into office, the people that gave that extra push for them?
But I will tell you this, Congress have passed a lot of bills that will benefit Black people, especially what's concerning with police. The Senate have not passed those bills. And I wish people would give the Senate donkey of the day, like they give Kamala Harris donkey of the day, or President Biden. But the Senate have not passed those bills. The Congress passed a lot of bills that will benefit Black people.
But Wiley, the Senate is 51 Democrats and 50. So Joe Biden and Kamala, and remember, Kamala gets the final say so. Just like they were able to push
it's a split. It's a split that she gives, but that needs to be passed. Those bills that the Congress have already passed that will benefit Black people today. The Senate is the real. It's like they're not getting called out. It's like y'all give Biden. Biden don't have a magic wand that will automatically help Black people like that. The Senate have to pass those bills.
Wasn't that the purpose of giving the House the majority of
the House? I'm telling you, the House passed the bills. It's the Senate that's not doing their job. They're not putting it on Biden's desk. It's the Senate got to put it on his desk so he can sign it into law. It's like I wish maybe because the Senate is just not that juicy to talk about or that sexy to talk about, but we need to start calling out these senators that's holding up, just like the lynching bill. Who hold it up? What was that? Senator Rand Paul with him and Kamala Harris.
They are all in the same party, the same way.
I'm talking about they're in the same party, but that doesn't. This is another thing that we.
And Kamala they have press.
This is another thing that we have to stop. We as people, and Biden need to tell Chuck Schumer, if you're not going to do a good job, then you need to sit down and get somebody else that's going to pass those bills. Let's be clear, because you could be in the same party, but you could be a conservative Democrat. Just because you're a Democrat doesn't necessarily make you a liberal Democrat. It's different type, just like Republicans. They're different. It's not every Republican is the same, just like all Democrats are the same. And
that's true, but guess what? It could be Kamala and Biden playing in our face too.
That too, but
they're not pushing for it like they pushed for this Asian bill because Kamala is part Asian. Just like they push for these other bills and push for this money for other people.
I just wish that Chuck Schumer would put them bills up for a vote. That's all I'm saying. I hear you, but I wish Chuck Schumer needs to be called out too. When you call out Kamala and Biden, make sure you call out Chuck Schumer because he is the in charge of the Senate. It's his job to put those bills up for a vote. Just like we had Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell pushed that.
Keep blaming the Senate.
We got to. They got the power. Why not?
They do, but
they passed the Asian bill, so we must blame them for not passing that benefit Black people.
Into office is not constantly, pushing it to the forefront, making it known that these are the changes that they want, and these are the things that they want to make happen, and these are the things that they are pushing for. If they only say it one time here or one time there, and they're not constantly on it and constantly pushing it, it still falls flat.
It still falls flat. But I will tell y'all this: I wish more Black people that have these policies that want us to get money, that want us to get a check, that want us to get more rights, they need to start running to be in the Senate and take control of the Senate, because the House of Representatives and the Senate is the two most powerful branches. Really the Supreme Court is, but what I'm saying is if you want those bills like the agents came out, they used their political power, and the Black people, we have to use our political power as well. We're not really using our power outside of voting.
Are able to get things passed.
We got a lot of more work to do, and so we got to apply the pressure. Just like when Dr. King and them applied the pressure, and they applied to get things done, we have to apply that same pressure when we want things to be done. And I'm talking about groups that supposed to be for us need to start calling it out. And you, just like you need to have a radio show, you need to be out there protesting, you need to be out there calling these senators, you need to be out there writing letters. We really got to get engaged politically outside of just talking with ourselves. We got to be calling these senators to the carpet and be like, hey, bro, why y'all not passing something that's going to benefit Black people? We got to spend more time. Even Black Lives Matter got to do a better job because I feel like they get judged, and I'm not going to judge the entire organization because I just got an email. It's certain chapters doing really well, and I feel like it's a disservice just to judge the entire organization when it's other chapters doing good because everybody's not doing bad. I don't care what organization you have, you will always have some type of corruption. But let's not make a blanket statement like it's entirely wrong because it's some good chapters, just like the NAACP. It's some good chapters in the NAACP. But when it comes to us, and I call myself to the carpet. I have to do a better job calling senators and calling Chuck Schumer over and say, hey, bro, why haven't you passed the George Floyd bill? Why haven't y'all passed the bill to make DC a state so they can have reputation? You know what I'm saying? Like why have y'all passed bills that give us a check, give us free college and tuition and free university and give Black mothers free, daycare? Like we need a lot. Why not pass a bill for Black people like the Lift Every Voice is saying? I love that. I love the Lift Every Voice. I love that plan. But it means absolutely nothing if you don't present it to the Senate. So we have to continue to call Biden out. You're right. I'm with you. Just because Biden is a Democrat does not mean we should not call him out. We have to call him out when he do wrong. When he do right, give him a round of applause. But when he do wrong, we have to call him out, and he got to do more for us as Black people. And we got to. I'm so glad that you keeping that fire going, because sometimes Black people be like, it's whatever. But now I'm here like, what you doing for us in the first 100 days?
And you know that's the problem with Black people. They vote people in office based on generations of what your mother did and what your father did and how your people told you how to vote. This whole Democrat, Republic, Independent, all of this different type of stuff, opposed to actually researching what these people policies are, what they stand for, whether or not it coincides with what your policies are.
I agree with you on that.
And what you stand for.
But you got to be understanding, the older Black people that voted, they voted to see who were going to be Donald Trump because they wanted Donald Trump out of office. So those Black people that voted in South Carolina, Biden was losing at first. He wasn't winning. People forget that he was losing at first. But when them Black people, I think in South Carolina started voting back when them Black states started voting, they just voted for Biden because number one, he was with Obama. Number one, he gained recognition. And number two, that's the best guy that can beat Trump. The reason why a lot of these other candidates didn't win, even though they had good policies about giving people checks and stuff, they didn't have good name recognition. You know what I'm saying? And then once they get through, another problem that I don't like.
And he's also the one that's responsible for the crime bill.
He is responsible for that, and President Bill Clinton signed it into law. So that's another thing. He signed it, even though he apologized, but he signed it. But let's be crystal clear in this. We with these politicians that is doing a good job, they can't go away. Like, what's the guy's name that did a good job that want to give everybody a check? And they say he's stupid. I think that was Bernie Sanders or Andrew Yang. Oh, no, that don't make no... What was the guy, Andrew Yang, I think? And they said, oh, that don't make no sense. And then shortly after that, the pandemic hit, and they started giving people checks. So obviously, that ain't a problem. I think this country should give us $1,800 every month. I think that should be a standard. Why not?
Right.
They did it for this pandemic. What's the difference?
You have other countries and stuff doing that. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel for you, sister, and I would love to get you on camera because I love your views. And you called the Democrats out, and what you're trying to tell Black people, don't be blind to the fact just because they're a Democrat. And don't think just because they're Democrat, they're going to do for it. And I understand it. And we have to do a better job vetting the people that we vote for. And we don't do that. We don't do that enough. We don't do that enough. We just vote, oh, child, he worked with Obama. Oh, he got my vote because he speak okay. But where is that policies? What have that candidate been doing when he was a senator? Or what have they been doing on his work in the city council? We don't do enough of that investigation.
Look at it. They got all of these LGBTQ rights passed, the Asian bill passed, but nothing has been put on the books for Black people that have put these people in office, but everyone else is getting bills passed. This is the thing. And just like Joe Biden said when he was on the Breakfast Club, oh, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. Okay, so if you felt that way, then what are you doing for Black people? That was your stance when he got on the Breakfast Club and he made that asinine statement, oh, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. Okay, so the Black people voted for you. Now what are you going to do? because they're still getting killed, they're still being discriminated against, and then your VP comes out and makes an asinine statement that says America is not racist.
I think Biden said it too. I think he said that first and then she said it. But I will tell you this, we have to definitely vet our candidates more, and we, as me and you, sister, we probably got to run for office. You know what I'm saying? So we, you know, honestly, that's how change, and that's one thing I agree with President Obama when he was leaving. He said, start running for office, get your clipboards and run for, and he's right. I need to start running for office and get into those spaces and say, listen, we black people need this, and don't back down with being black. Because some people get scared being black. You can't be scared. You gotta stand strong on it.
People that look like you that get in these offices and get in these positions, like the guy, the attorney general with the whole Breonna Taylor case, and he didn't want to prosecute. He's black. The black guy that made a statement that says America is not racist.
Black Senator
so it's
Tim
even
Scott.
just more than that. Like, just your color don't mean anything.
Doesn't mean
you have
anything.
to actually, you know, yeah, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we could be putting these people in office just because of the color of their skin, but they ain't really for us.
You preach that again, and that's the truth. Just because they're all skin folks ain't kin folks, they say. And we have to understand that. And then we also got to teach our mothers and our fathers. You know, a lot of older black people, they vote better than younger black people, like the millennials. And they vote, a lot of the older population, they vote for name recognition. You know what I'm saying? That can win elections instead of
who they passed told them to vote.
Or who they passed told them to vote about. So they need to be called out. They need to start, you know. But us young folks too, we have to start voting our numbers, doing a better job voting, because we don't vote in large numbers. It's the older black people, our mothers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers. They go vote on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, and we're not voting our numbers. We should do a better job voting. Even though Bernie Sanders did a lot, even though he said a lot of good stuff, but his base, which was young people, did not vote. But even him, he wasn't doing enough for black people himself, putting black people on his campaign, putting black people in positions. So even though he said a good walk that walk, but how many black people have you had in your organization? That's why he lost, because he didn't do a good job having black people on his side in his organization.
Right.
Even though he stood a good chance, but the young folks didn't vote. They don't vote like that, like their mom and their grandma. They don't. We stay at home. Some of these people, I asked my sister, you vote? No, I don't vote. I don't know nothing about that. I ain't worried about that. Who cares about voting? But when you want your stimulus, then you call me, when the stimulus coming out? Did the stimulus pass? When we gonna get our checks? I said, hold on, I gotta pay. Then you worry about that check. But that's why it's important to vote. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Because politics investable. I'm telling you, I was getting so many phone calls. Wiley, when it's gonna pass? When we gonna get our checks? I said, listen, it gotta pass in the Senate and House in order to get our checks. But they were just calling me like crazy, and none of them voted. They ain't voted November. They ain't vote. I said, Mama, you gonna vote? I ain't worried about no vote. So we got to start getting involved and stop playing these games, because the Asian people, they use their political power. We have to use our power because we got a shitload of it. We just don't use it. Because we got some power.
But
we don't use it.
I think too, why the Asian people get certain things passed is because Americans want relations with
the Asian country.
People, you know?
Absolutely.
They want, so they have a bigger bargaining chip with them. As far as America with black people, they feel like black people is lazy. So they're not quick to jump to do anything for black Americans. No matter how much we vote and we put them in office, we've been putting people in office for years. I mean, just going back to all of these times people have been put in office, Democrats or Republicans, and what has been done for people.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
It's because they want these relations is why, other, races or ethnicities is getting bills passed faster than black people that, help build the country.
Absolutely. Like if Africa was more united and used their power and not allow other countries to take advantage of them, we can get a lot of things done. Because this is an international thing. Africa is still divided, and it's a lot of countries that take advantage of Africa. But if Africa used their political power on the world stage and was more united, for black, it would be much easier for us as black people in America. You're right about that. That's why you ain't gonna see the police gun down Asian people
Mhm.
like they gun down black people, because they'll get a call from China,
Exactly.
Japan, from all them Asian countries. It look bad for America, but they can do
But
it
they
for
got a hate crime bill. There's no hate crime bill for black people.
black people.
That's
Right.
getting gunned down because of the
Come
color of
on.
their skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
So,
You're right. You're right.
And
I'm glad. Like, I'm not disagreeing with
Darren,
you.
you have somebody named Darren in your chat. I usually don't read the chat.
Okay.
But he's wanting another call.
Oh,
I
ain't
hope
no another
Darren's
call
calling
that.
in.
Child, this is a good. When the people say that, I be saying, listen, they don't call it. I just get into the dialogue because you give me good commentary on the fact that you're giving your great comments, and I love that, because at first I'm like, you just want people to do for black people. There's nothing wrong with that. That don't make us racist, because we say we want something from the table when everybody else gets something from the table. And I think Dr. Umar should run. Do you think he should run for office? Because he talks a good game, but
I mean, I think that he definitely he talks a good game. I think he had a lot of valid points when he was on the Breakfast Club.
But
I really think he had a lot of valid points. On his perspective of, reparations and different things for black people, and why certain things is not happening, why certain, races is getting bills passed faster than black people. I definitely think that he should. He talks a good game, but when he get in that position, what would he do?
What would he do?
You know?
Because look at what he's doing for the school. The school's still okay. Let me not
Right,
read.
the school's still sitting there and they're open and how long?
It almost
How
10
many
years.
years you been trying to get this school off the ground?
And I was in my 20s when he first announced that. I think he announced it almost 8 years. It's been years. And he still haven't had a school out. So you can't.
We got to get himself together first,
Facts.
before anyone would even elect him into some type of office. He has to show something. He has to do something more than just talking a good game.
Because he's very
he
intelligent.
Shown anything yet. He is
very intelligent.
He hasn't shown anything yet. He got to get some on the book first.
Right. Where you from? Like, are you from Chicago? You live in Chicago or New York?
No, I stay in Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay, I gotta come to Florida and meet you in that state, child. But listen, with that state though, look what them black people came through. Remember, felons couldn't vote in Florida at one point. But them black organizations got together and now the laws changed. I said, when we use our power and get politically engaged, we can change the laws. And that's one law that was changed in Florida. I remember that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. So now people that, have done some type of jail or prison time where their rights was revoked has been reinstated. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I thank you so much for calling in. I love that fact. I don't care what nobody say something about next call, this call. This is a good call because we need to have this.
I hope you got to call it in the queue because they is really
okay, no, ain't no callers in the queue. Thank you so much for calling in,
Darren,
sister.
go to sleep. You have a good night, Darren.
And I like Darren. He's a good supporter. So thank you.
Last thing, let's talk about Cardi, okay?
Okay.
Cardi did her thing on the song. I know it's a lot of Cardi haters probably in the chat.
Yes.
But Cardi did her thing on the song. It's the fact that, she felt the need to tell people that she wrote it. I don't think she had to do that, but I understand why she did it because, people say she don't write. But I think she's getting still hate. So it's like danger she do, danger she don't, type of thing. But she's winning. So, for her, I mean, I liked it. I really think that she did a good job for her to do the song in 2 days and get the song back to DJ Khaled. I loved it. I liked it.
I loved it too.
So I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Wiley.
Because I was trying to rap it. I'm like, I like it too. She had bars.
And I don't think it was a diss track. I think people feel like it's a diss track to Nicki. I don't think it's a diss track to Nicki. I think, the last few weeks, the girls on social media has been talking about rappers and people that write and this and that and whatever, when you had the whole Osbar and the whole what's the girl name is the rapper Coco or whatever her name is. Sharp, I don't know what her name is, but when you had all of these girls talking about bars and rights, and they miss Nikki and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. So I think she was more so when she said she got 5 number ones and you ain't got none. I don't think that was directed to Nikki.
No.
I think that was directed to everybody that had something negative to say about her.
Facts.
I don't think that's nothing to do with Nikki.
Even if it was like it's hip hop. Nikki said some stuff that could have been said. Was it towards Kim? Was it not towards Kim? So it's just hip hop. She did good because once I was able to read the lyrics and the bars and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this is good. She can go. Like she's getting better. I would say that.
Yeah, she's getting better. And if you listen to Cardi before she came in the game, you know, back on her mixtape, that's what it was given, a mixtape Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Which was good because people said that they wanted to see mixtape Cardi B, and I think that's what she gave. Do she have Nicki Minaj bars? No, but is she gonna only always be compared to Nicki Minaj forever in life? Like no, because we got trash male rappers, and they don't get compared. So I think that she did good for the lane that she's in, and shout out to her.
Shouts out to her. Yes, and we say shout out to you. Thank you so very much for this conversation. I would love to bring you back on to speak about politics, and I'm gonna do a better job by getting engaged, and I would love to I would love to interview Joe Biden, president, because I got a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to interview President Biden.
I'm gonna do good with that. But you gotta write it down though, because you don't want to throw them all over the place. You gotta write it down.
Oh yeah,
have a little bit more structure.
For him, you gotta have structure, and it's going to be a question because I want to know what policies and how would he help Black people, because we so afraid to saying Black. We say people of color, we say minorities, but what are you gonna do for Black people? And how are you going to get it passed? And I'm really going to call him out to say, why is it that you're not calling out the Senate to make sure these bills are passed? I don't understand it. One thing that I admired about President Trump is when he was in office, Mitch McConnell passed that shit through. They didn't have these problems.
Mm-hmm.
They did. You can say whatever.
Didn't Biden have the bill that Ice Cube had went to him?
He did.
He talked about Black Americans, and he said he was going to do something within the first 100 days.
He was going to talk to. He's going to talk to Ice Cube. Yes, and again, shout out to the Black Congressional Caucus. They proposed a lot of stuff, but it's stuck on the Senate. I'm like, Senate, y'all need to do y'all job. I just we like I don't even like Chuck Schumer. I think that he's outdated as a leader. We need a new leader. I would love to see Cory Booker as the leader of the Senate. I think Cory Booker would do a better job.
Yeah, I think he would be good.
I think he would do a better job in the Senate because Chuck Schumer, I don't trust him. I think that he's a Republican in hiding, and he just don't want to do a lot because he don't want to upset his boys that he gonna play golf. Because a lot of them Democrats, they be having fun with the Republicans. They don't say it out loud, but they be going golfing together and all that. But I would love to see Cory Booker at head of the Senate. I'm just being real with
you. Well, I mean, hopefully we see that.
And listen,
they come. I agree with you.
If I get a Joe Biden interview, do you know how? And I ask him these tough questions about what he gonna do for Black people, and really don't let him dance around the question, because you know how these politicians, they dance around the question. They say people of color. What are you gonna do for Black people?
Well, some of them pander though. I think Democrats pander. I think Republicans are more straightforward. I think the Democrats pander to the Black community, and they get the Black community hopes up high, and they say we're gonna do this. Yes, we understand your struggles. Yes, we understand your pain. Yes, we understand Black Lives Matter. Yes, we understand that these Black people keep getting killed by the police. Yes, yes, yes. And then when they get into office, boom, what happens? Black people still getting killed, no reparation, we still struggling, still nothing.
Right.
So
I'm just telling you. You're right. You got a good point. But we thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Good night, Wiley.
Good night. You said that. Okay. Ooh. 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 Y'all, we're gonna say good night to everybody. We've been on here for 2 hours. Let me see what else happened in this video before we go. Let me see. Let me see what else happened in this video.
What's happening? Why do I, please stay away from me. I swear to you, stay away from me. Please don't look at everyone. This is evil personified. See it in the flesh. Evil. Evil. Look at her. Evil.
Ella, the decision has been made.
What? By whom?
By us.
How can you decide that you're going to force me to go to a hospital?
It's just for an evaluation, and I want to give you the opportunity and the right to go in the manner of your treatment. I want this to be smooth. I want it to be.
This is happening, everyone. This is happening in America.
We can take a walk out to the ambulance together.
Queen, you are, listen, everyone, this is evil personified. Stay away from me. Leave me alone.
Ella, do you wanna come walk with us to the ambulance?
Leave me alone. Can I just go, can I take a cab and go by myself? I just don't want to go into an ambulance.
I hear you. We'll sit in the back with you.
Please stay away from me. This is, everyone, Helena Washington, this is evil personified.
Oh, they will ride in the back of the ambulance with you.
Yeah. We'll make sure nothing happens.
You see, this is why I keep close to me. Sad. You're a sad person. You are a sad person. You are a sad person, Queen. Sad. If it's money you need, I have it. If it's money you need, I have it. I go from this is crazy. What have I done to anyone? I'm just trying to just live my life.
You're coming with us to the hospital for an evaluation. You can put on your shoes and we'll go with you. Okay?
I am not having, listen.
So for these people that are just joining in, this is a young woman that been posting a lot of stuff on her social media, and her cousin reported her to the hospital to get her some treatment, and she was refusing to go. So for people that are just joining in, this is a video of that. I've learned of this video because I was watching Mob Radio, and she was talking about it. This is bringing about memories because I remember when I had to go inside the hospital, they came to my homes, and I went inside the hospital and they had a court order. Anytime you see the paramedics and you see the police as well as the social worker, that means that you have to go. You have no choice. And the social worker is being really sweet and nice into explaining that, but they probably have a court order. I didn't see a court order. They probably do have a court order just to come and take her, because usually you get the power if you feel as though that person is in danger, is endangering other people, or danger herself. So that's what you said. We're gonna play a little bit more of this video.
I'm not getting off of Instagram. I'm not getting off of Instagram. We're gonna document this whole thing. I'll grab my things. Can I just have? Will you guys at least let me just prepare myself? Can I just take a quick shower?
I think probably we don't have time for a shower, but you can certainly grab your bag just to take a shower.
I can't believe this is happening in America. What did I do to deserve this? Like, I go from running a $1 million organization to posting, I just got into Princeton, to just being gang stalked. And we all know gang stalking does exist.
And I think
we're all gonna look them together now, okay? So
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep this on live.
90 seconds.
All right, can I just have a moment to grab my shoes and clothes and take my stuff?
you can grab your shoes, yeah.
And I want to grab my things too.
whatever you need to grab, I'm just gonna stand here with the door open and.
Okay, that's fine.
Safely.
This is happening in America. It can happen, if it's happening to me, it can happen to anybody.
Seconds.
All right, so I see that. All right, that's it. Let me fast forward.
Stay away from me and don't talk to me. You're a horrible person.
Oh, we'll help you out
Okay?
with that.
You're a horrible person. God be with you. You're a horrible person.
All right, is it frozen? Oh no, I think her phone froze.
This is happening in America.
10 seconds.
I'm about to see. Oh yeah, she going.
I pray that
Yeah.
people watch this and pay attention to what's happening. I hope everyone is paying attention to this. I've done nothing but good. I've been a steward. They are forcing me to go to Bellevue. Can you believe that? Like people really do this stuff.
Hello. I'm a happy agent. Do you mind if we take your vitals?
No, go ahead. I have no control.
And finger?
She ain't gonna better have that phone in the hospital. I'm gonna tell you that right then and there. So they taking their vitals.
Because these are the people who are doing this. I want to quit. Who are you texting? The level of evil in this world is astounding. Evil.
Allergies to any food or medicine?
Certain allergies. I don't want to disclose.
Oh, that must be the court order he holding in his hand. What is he holding in his hand? Okay.
But I do have some allergies.
And do you take any medications on a daily basis?
No. Shame on you, Queen. Shame on you. A horrible person. The level of evil in this world is astounding. Shame on you, Queen. Shame on you.
We can just put the horn with
Saying that she's proud of me for my Instagram post. And I mean, and like, what's your job description to force someone to go to Bellevue? What does that job description look like?
Yeah, she's going to a mental
As a
hospital.
black female.
She's going to a mental hospital. So, wow, she's going to a mental hospital. They let her have her phone, but when she go in the hospital, they taking her phone. She ain't gonna be able to keep that phone when she in the hospital. Because I tried to sneak my phone in there, and I tried to escape out of mental hospital too. Let's play a little bit more of this video.
Running an organization to help and elevate Black women in this United States, and this is how I am being persecuted. Literally about to go to seminary school. I'm being persecuted.
Yeah.
And Taylor, give me a break. I don't need mental health. You need to get off live right now because you're part of this too. You know I don't need mental health. I'm the smartest person in our family by a long shot. Yet I'm the one that needs mental health. Sad. 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 I need mental health. Literally smarter by a fold from everyone in our family. Yet I'm the one that needs mental health. Why? Because I made the mistake of going up against the wrong people. Exactly, Maisel. I want to know how she found me, claiming she just found it based on live. This is crazy. This is happening to me. This is happening to me in our America. Anyone that knows me, you tell me what I did to deserve this. It would help. These young, seemingly smart women are here forcing me to go to Bellevue to craft a narrative.
Let me fast forward.
Have a pseudo degree from a pseudo psych school, and you think you can like exert some authority over me? I mean, it's sad. Is that why they sent you? Sad. Sad. All will be revealed though. Like people, please stop saying that. Stop saying that. You are a horrible human being. Exactly. B Word Hospital. And they're saying that I will be forced to they're telling me I'm going to be forced to turn off my camera, so I don't know what this is going to look like once I just want to be very clear. I would never, ever harm myself. I don't need to be in Bellevue. I was literally preparing to hire someone for the organization and planning 5 different activities. So I'm really here against my will. And if anyone could send a lawyer here at Bellevue for Ella, that would be awesome. So if you could send a lawyer, that would be great. This is happening. All right, I'm going to sign off.
All right. So she's headed to the hospital. She's in the hospital. Of course, the phone to be horned up. So we don't know any details. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Just have to find it for yourself. But it is a Black woman. And we first got the information on that. So I want to give y'all a little bit of backstory. I found this story from my radio with this woman that is obviously probably having a mental breakdown and posting a lot of weird stuff on her Instagram. So her cousin contacted authorities and they sent the hospital out to her room. I'm assuming it was a hotel room, and she had to go in there and get a psyche evaluation. So that is what the woman is getting. When you come out of a mental hospital, you don't know your name instead of the other way, stopping your message. The lady must be powerful. Well, when I left the mental hospital, I knew my name and I knew everything, and I was able to get help. Maybe she needs to get some help. Who knows? So we shall see about that. And I played the video, the length of it. I wanted to say again, special shout out to Millie for covering this story, and I wanted to give my insight as well. Somebody said my aunt went to a mental institution and she came out okay, but they give you medicine. Yes, I came out okay too. Let me tell you, I went to the mental place, and first of all, I went to the hospital. Which hospital did I went to? Oh my gosh, I can't. What was the hospital that I went to? I know I went to Green Oaks, but I was in another hospital before I got there. I went to Medical City. So I was in Medical City and I was talking, cussing people out, cussing out the doctors and all that. You this and this and blah blah blah, just cussing them out. And they had gave me some medicine, and I took it, and I was asleep. By the time I woke up, I was in a mental hospital. I was at the desk, and they had asked me, yeah, Wiley, Mr. Wiley, and I said, no, I'm not, I never signed myself into this. They gave me the court order. They let me read the court order, and I'm like, a court order for what? I'm not a danger to myself. I was just cussing out the dust, but I did needed the help. As I look back, I needed the help. So that was like the first, and this was way before the library situation. And I went there, then I went to another hospital, and then of course the library situation happened. Then I went to a hospital, so I was able to get some help. Okay. Well, the evaluation consists of that you go there and you speak to the psychiatrist, and they diagnose you. They give you your medicine. They ask you a lot of questions. I noticed that I was hearing voices, so I noticed that I had to get. I was not diagnosed with bipolar with psychosis. I would hear voices because I wouldn't sleep. It'd be days I haven't slept, and I would hear voices and stuff like that. And I started telling them, "Hey, I'm going to run for president." Then I started to get excited. I went through a lot, and I was able to get the treatment. So now I'm on my medicine. But I remember one time I tried to leave the hospital. I tried to escape. So one of the nurses or social workers left out, and I ran out the door, and they caught me and I sent me back in. I remember another time I was fighting with the people, trying to hit them and fight to get out because I wanted to go home. And so they had gave me a 4-point restraint, and they strapped me down, both arms, both legs, and they put me in there and for a while because I was a danger to myself because I was trying to hit them, and all I was trying to do was go home. I didn't want to stay in the hospital. But I definitely remember that I went through those experiences being in the hospital. And I remember one time I was in the hospital because I had nobody to call. I couldn't call my family, so I had called Armand, and he called the hospital back. He was like, "Is everything all right? Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in a mental hospital." Blah blah blah. I was talking with him because he was the only one that called me back because my family wasn't dealing with me at the time. But I'm feeling much better, you guys. I'm in a better headspace. I gained some weight because of psych meds. My appetite has increased, but I went through that, and it was very sad. It was just very sad. It's just like the day at the library. I remember just hearing a lot of voices, and I was going at it. I was seeing all the police shootings, and I was watching Emmett Till videos of the documentary. I was staying up late. I wasn't eating. You could see bones. I lost weight. I think I lost about 60 pounds, and you could just see the bones. So I went inside the library, and I was talking crazy to the librarian. I heard voices that they were being racist towards me, racist towards black people, and they didn't have enough books, and I thought they said the N word, and I just went on a manic attack. Now they did call the cops for 40 minutes. I was in that library just causing hell, and not a police officer showed up. But that morning, let me just tell you, that morning of the incident of the breakdown in the hospital, I called the police multiple times talking about I'm a Muslim, and I was saying a lot of crazy stuff. So the police came to my home, and it was about 5 or 6 of them. At that time, I had a roommate that I met off Craigslist to live with me. So they came in with all these different guns. They could have ended my life, but they noticed. They kept asking. They said, "Are you on medication? Have you been diagnosed with a mental illness?" And I'm like, "No, get out of my room, you wicked devils." So they couldn't take me. They should have removed me then and just did what they did to this lady, and I never would have done nothing to no library because I could have been in a mental hospital. But they didn't give me the treatment. So I remember that I was so paranoid. I thought they was trying to kill me. Literally, I was standing outside from my apartment that I had, and it looked like the cars were just slowing down slow, and it looked like people were just turning their head looking at me. I was so paranoid. I thought I was going to lose my life, and I kept hearing voices talk about they're going to kill you. I literally walked from my apartment to where my cousin Tank stayed. I walked all the way there. It was a good 45-minute walk. I walked all the way to his apartment. I went inside this room and I said, "Listen, I need to run for president. I'm going to make you my press secretary." I was saying all this weird stuff. I was posting a lot of weird stuff. And then he said, "Well, I got to go to work. Give me your phone. Take a shower." So I took a shower, put on some of his clean clothes, and he left and went to work. And I went to the building that he stayed at, and I got all these papers of Minister Farrakhan, and I just printed all these papers up, and I threw all the papers up in the air, and I left there, went to the library, and I went inside there, just started cussing them out. And then some just told me, "They after you," and something like that. So I just started throwing the books and the shelves, the computers, and I said, "This is for Sandra Bland, this was Emmett Till, this was this person." And then all that was going on. And I was talking to the camera that was they had the cameras and all this stuff going on. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all ain't nothing but wicked devils. And then I left out of that. Then I bust the window. I went out there and I bust the window with a chair, bust the glass window, took all my clothes off, took everything off, I just had my ID and my social security, and I just was butt naked, was just walking. And then another voice said, "Why don't you just run back to your apartment and go back home?" So I would just run, and there was an officer. He had his taser. Now, mind you, if he would have had his gun, I would not be here today. He had his taser. He said, "Freeze, stop running." I was running towards him to go home, but I'm going home. I ain't stopping for you, you wicked devil. If you gonna kill me, just kill me. And he tasered me, and I fell face first on my chin. Boom, my chin was busted. They hurried up, yanked the taser out of my stomach, put me in the ambulance, took me to the hospital, and I went to Green Oaks, and that's when I had got my diagnosis that I was diagnosed with mental illness. Yes, I was definitely have that for that. Yes, and it was definitely a terrible moment. And at that time, none of my family was talking to me. It was nothing. The only person I could call, I think I called. I don't know if I called Armand that time, but I remember I think I did call him that time, and I told him what happened. I didn't call him that time because I think we stopped talking. But the other time I was in the hospital, I had called him, and it was terrible. And when I tell you, when I went to the hospital, I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to eat. And the lady was like, "You have a problem. You ain't eating. You ain't sleeping. You ain't all. You need help." And I said, "I don't need no help. You ain't nothing but a wicked devil." So once the library situation happened, went to the ambulance, went inside the hospital. I was in the hospital room. I was cussing out them doctors, calling them devils and all of that. I was just cussing them out. They said, "We need to treat you for your chin. You can get an infection." I don't care. I don't want no black. I don't want y'all touching me. Y'all ain't nothing but no devils and all that. Da, 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 da. I was just cussing them out. So they had to get black security guards to come in there to calm me down because they had to get a black nurse. They had to calm me down because I didn't want no white. I was so paranoid of white people and I just didn't like them. So they had said all this stuff, yeah, and I was in Greenhouse for a couple of months, and then I got out. I was in there for a couple of months, and I was able to eat, and then I started doing the group therapies. I was starting to write. I have some couple of journals when I was writing, doing that experience, but it was terrible. It was really really terrible. And my mom told me, she said once I saw you had that breakdown, I knew that you had a problem. I finally was able to realize that you had an issue because it reached the news and everything. And of course, the news don't tell you the full story. But I went through all that, and it was sad. Because you have to understand, none of my family disowned me. I was in a new city. I did not want to leave Chicago. I did not want to leave my grandmother. I wanted to stay home. It was just a terrible moment. But I thank God that all of this stuff now that I'm good now, and I had with my roommate. I just recently paid him some more money for rent, even though I moved out of the apartment, is because I couldn't find a place because once I had got on probation, I couldn't find a apartment. When nobody rent to me. So he had got an apartment just for us to stay at. And he was like, "Oh, you got to pay the rent." And then something like, "You ain't got to pay that rent. You already left the apartment." And I went into my account and I just paid him his another share of rent, even though I wasn't legally obligated to do it. But I remember when he got an apartment and I was able to stay with him in a 2-bedroom. And we said to get my own room because, so that was a good experience. And I have my own place. I have my own apartment. I talk to you guys, but mental illness is real, and you got to take you got to make sure you take your mental health serious. You got to make sure that you're on the right thing. But the stuff that I went through, it was terrible. And I remember when I was in Chicago, it was an incident, and I didn't talk about this during the King Pay interview, but I will share it to you guys. I got the order of protection. First of all, before the order of protection, I would cuss and all of this, and I was hearing voices about my grandmother. I was just hearing all these voices in my head, and I was just going through it. I wasn't sleeping. I was going to work, working all these crazy hours, and I just started cussing just everybody out. I wasn't sleeping. I went to the hospital. I had bronchitis. It was a lot of things, just cussing and stuff. And I remember I called Armand and I was like, "Hey, you need to interview my family and all of this." And I was real sick. I was really sick. I wasn't in my right mind, just calling out for help. And I think he was going to offer me to come to LA. And I was just really, really sick. And I said, "You need to interview my family. They're doing all this stuff." He's like, "Well, all this stuff." And I just went in, and then I was cussing out. Then the police came to our house and they said, "Hey, Marquise, we want you to leave." I said, "I'm not leaving. I got all my IDs. I know my rights." Yeah, I knew my rights. "I'm not leaving here. Y'all got to evict me and all this type of stuff." And the officer said, "Well, he's right. We can't evict him." And they said, "You can't put him in jail." My uncle, which is the pastor, "You can't just put him in jail." And like they said, "Sir, he's not harming your mother. He's not he's just talking. He's just cussing. It's nothing we could do. It's nothing we cannot remove him. He's not a danger to himself. He's not hurting anybody. He's just screaming and just cussing and cussing." So one of the sergeants came out and just said, "Why don't y'all get an order of protection and remove him out the house?" So what they did was they sent my grandmother, who is a senior citizen, and since I was doing all that cussing on YouTube, on Facebook, it was easy for them to get an order of protection. In the documentary, I'm gonna let y'all see all the documents. It was so easy for them to get the order of protection because I was doing all that cussing on social media, and that's an elderly woman. So you can't be in there cussing all that, you disturbing the peace and all that. So they got the order of protection, I left and moved with my friend. Um, she stayed somewhere on the north side of Chicago. She was a transgender woman. I cussed my mother, me and my mother. It was so bad. I cussed her out so much, and I was crying and just cussing her out. She was cussing me out. I can't even repeat to you the stuff that we said to each other. Then Tank called me. I want y'all to pray for Tank too. He called me. He said, "Is you on drugs? Are you okay?" I said, "Oh, what's up?" He said, "Do you want to move to Dallas?" I said, "Yeah." So he sent me a Greyhound. He didn't have enough to send me a flight. He sent me a Greyhound ticket to Dallas. I packed my bags up, and I moved to Dallas, and that's how I got here. But I didn't get any mental help, no treatment, no nothing. I moved here, and I finally was able to get the bronchitis. Uh, I finally was able to get the bronchitis better, and I was able to get all the mucus because I had a lot of mucus. I couldn't hardly talk. I was just stuck with it. I was able to get all that cleared up. I was doing a little bit better. But then again, the voices started again. I wasn't sleeping. I was pacing the floor. Many days I was coming home crying. I wasn't eating. I thought people was against me. One of the roommate that I just moved from, it was so bad. I was all in his face, cussing him out. He had to change the locks. I was just cussing him out, saying all this weird stuff, just going off for no reason, just literally going off. And I went through a lot mentally. I've literally I've came a long way. I've went through so much when it came to like this mental health, and I went through a lot. And the reason why I'm here is because my cousin, Tank, y'all know who he is. He came on our show before, and pray for him because he's going through he's dealing with his demons now. And I just say, Lord, give me the strength to help him. But I can only do so much. When you're dealing with a drug problem, it's only so much I can do. I can't force somebody to get off of drugs. It's different with mental illness. You get treatment, and you got to make sure you do it. But I can't force you to get off drugs. I can't. That's a decision you have to make to go to rehab. I just can't. But I say this testimony so as people out here, I understand, I get it. And I just thank you that I have a platform that I can speak to people every single day. And I want to say thank you. I don't even want to cry, but I just really want to. I'm doing much, much better, much happier, much at peace. I don't hear the voices anymore like I used to. I don't pace the floor like I used to. I don't, I'm eating better. Hell, I'm eating a lot. So, I'm not the same. I speak to my psychiatrist. I try my best to stay on my meds, but I've been sleeping much, much better. And everything like that. But I just want to just share that to the new people. And I don't care how many times I tell my testimony, I'm always going to be here and tell it as long as I have strength. Okay. But yeah, it was something I went through a lot. And so when people start dragging me about me and my family and the videos that you will probably see on the internet, I was at a bad place, a bad spirit. And our mom was one of the persons that would interview. And can I say this really quickly before I go? I said it before, but I feel it on my heart to say it again. I remember when me and him used to be friends, and I used to go off on him for no reason at all. He was just a sweet guy, but I had the problem, and I just went off on him. I have another friend. His name is Jaquez. Y'all met him. We did a video together in Chicago. I went off on him. I was on my bus on my way to Atlanta, and I cussed him out so bad. And it was so, I just cussed. I didn't even know. I just dragged out. It was so bad. I had a problem. I couldn't control my emotions. I was just cussing them. Some days I have my good days. Some days I have my bad days. But yeah, I just went through a lot. And so when I speak about, the whole thing with Armand and all that, a lot of people don't know the history. They don't know the history. He offered for me to come to Los Angeles. I'm so glad I didn't do it because you can't deal with somebody with a mental illness in California. You need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to get treatment first. You know what I'm saying? I needed treatment. Now, if he would have said, hey, let me get you in this hospital and get you some help, then okay. But just moving with somebody with a mental illness, you know, that's you got to get treatment. So I do want to thank him for that and everything like that. And you know, I just went, I went in, me and him, I would go in and say all type of crazy stuff. Yeah. So I'm just in a much better place today. And I thank God that I was able to get a job and to be back working and to do YouTube. And I just want to share this because I know some people out here that's going through it. And if you have family with illnesses, encourage them to get the help. Try to be there. And I know it's not easy. It's not easy dealing with somebody with bipolar. It is not easy. Just try to stay on your meds. Try to rest. Get exercise. Get you a platform. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm just doing. I'm in a much better place, much better place. And I will be in Atlanta, and I'm gonna go to Monique's show. I'm doing a little bit more traveling, more just doing things and just living my best life because I've been at the bottom, baby. I've been there. Yes. I'm glad you had someone's offer you her baby. A lot of people don't have that. Yes, and I thank God for my cousin Tank for offering me to come to Dallas. I thank God for Armand for offering me to come to California because I needed that. Some people didn't have that. And I thank God for the transgender woman. Shout out to her for allowing me to stay in her apartment and during that time. And she almost got evicted because I was cussing so loud in her place. She got a serious noise complaint. And I'm so glad that she didn't get evicted, but she was there for me. She was there for me too. And I just thank God for those people that was there for me. And I just thank God for you guys. And I love sharing this story with you all because I'm in a much better place. Much better place. Surround yourself with positive people. Yes. 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 Oh, damn, we've been on live for a while, but we had to give our testimony. Yes. Yes. Please like and share and comment. So I get it. So when I showed that video, it triggered something in me. It really triggered something because I remember there's many days I've been in an ambulance getting help. So I thank God that I have that, and I pray that I have success on YouTube. Now I can stay focused on here because I'm in a much better place, and I pray that I have enough success on YouTube, and I pray that we get to 1 million viewers and just open up doors. I pray. That's my prayer. I wish I could give you a hug right now. Oh, I wish so too. Virtual hug. Yes, thank you all so much. And it's other YouTubers ain't gonna share what I've been through. They're not. I mean, other YouTubers not gonna share their experience. It's rough. And only thing that I wish I had was a therapist a better therapist where I can sit and talk instead of just a psych doctor. I just pray that I get that. But once I get the money and insurance and all that, I'm going to try to get me a therapist where I can just talk to on a weekly basis and stuff like that. That's just my other prayer. For an emotion, remember that. Yes, absolutely. You may God's grace over you, the YouTube doors of fulfillment. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. Wow. I gave my testimony. I feel so good. You guys, I want you all to go watch Michael B. Jordan. Just before I go, I want you all to go watch this new movie. I watched it last night and I was entertained. So make sure y'all go watch that. Also, do I have Day in the chat? I don't know if Day in the chat, but Day, I did get my Epsom salt. I got 2 big bags of that. So for my leg and stuff like that. Because when I go to work, I'm trying to look for a job that I can sit down because when I go to work, I'll be in extreme pain, and it's a lot. It's really a lot. Like today, I was hopping around because I'll be in so much pain, like walking and standing on my feet. So I just pray that I can get a job that I can sit down and not do because I can't do, walk and stand on it for too much. Even sitting down on it hurts. So I got to start elevating it more, but I got the Epsom salt and I'm trying to, get that together. So, yeah. So I'm thinking about getting back in school and finish out my criminal justice degree because I went to University of Phoenix. So I'm trying to finish that up so I can finish up that degree and maybe get a job being a probation officer. Yes. You might qualify for free therapy. Ask doctors or you talk to it about it. They are so free constant therapy. So try it if you haven't. Thank you so much for Miss Brown. I'm definitely going to try that. Getting clothes out of the dryer. Yes. Well, for my foot, I have mild cerebral palsy. Okay. Some people think it's gout. One of the doctors told me it's gout, but I was diagnosed with mild cerebral palsy, and like my right side is much weaker than my left side. That's all. This this side, this my left side, right? This is my strong side. My right side is weaker. It's like I cannot even fold like my toes on my right side. I can fold my toes on my left side, but I can't even curl my toes, if I'm saying it right, on my right side. I'm in extreme pain. I walk with a limp. And then when I'm walking on it so hard, I wobble when I walk sometimes. It gets extreme pains. I know I need surgery. I spoke to many doctors that when I did have a little insurance, I need to have surgery, and then get into physical therapy. But it's like the bones, like my foot is like cricket and stuff like that. So we did rehab. It's surgery and then rehab. I'm gonna have to have surgery. I'm looking in my books, physical or massage therapy will help for now. Yes, but I'm gonna try to get some massage. Yeah, I love to get some massage. Maybe I need to do that in Dallas. I mean, somewhere in Dallas. Okay. What about a call center jobs? If I can, I'm gonna look for that. I was applying, and I'm hoping and pray that I get approved to get a call center job because I do need to have a sit down job. Because CNA work, I don't think I can do that anymore until I get some major surgery. But I'm gonna look for a call center job. Yes. Okay. Freezing mass stretchers and things that will ease the stiffness because this is really stiffness. Yes, you got to get Medicaid. I know you will qualify. Thank you so much for that. We're just talking, y'all. Stay away from the red light massage parlors. Really? Okay. I feel so much better now. Like my leg feel much better because got the Epinasol and I've not been walking on it too much today. I went to school for massage. Wish you lived closer. I could help. Oh, okay. You probably do a good job. You will probably do a good job. Okay, I would love that. You'll probably do a good job. All right. Look at American Airlines, United Airlines. They have some call center job open in Dallas if they haven't closed yet. Okay, thank you. They can accommodate you at work from home, call center job. That will be good. That will be good. Yes, I definitely need that. Can you get disability? I don't know. I don't know about that. I will see about that, but that's how I went back to work. Cause like some days I don't want to do YouTube because I be in pain. Like my leg be aching, and I don't even want to sit on this camera. I'm like, oh Lord, but I gotta come on here because this is income, so you gotta come on here and get a little check and all that good stuff. We want to thank y'all so much, okay? So yeah, it's definitely was something, but I just pray to God that God have truly is there. There's a few YouTubers that talk about work from job home. Thank you so much for that. Loving guys, my job is great pay. Loving guys, my job is pay great pay. LOL, that's the first stop. Yes, thank you. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Make sure y'all leave a comment on there. Special shout out. Thank you everybody for watching the video. Make sure y'all leave us some comment on our videos. I love talking with y'all. We definitely come back tomorrow and do some more talking. I'm gonna watch that Michael B. Jordan movie again. I watched it last night. It's on Amazon Prime. It's really good. Shout out to Miss London. She did a great job on there as well. Make sure y'all go check it out. I don't know if you checked it out, Dave, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I'm telling you, it's really good. I was entertained when I watched it. I'm definitely. And another show that I'm watching is Girlfriends, and that's good too. I didn't watch all the seasons of Girlfriends. I'm on season 6. That's good too. I love watching it. Okay. Until next time. Okay, you go watch tonight, y'all. Wonderful show and chat. I know it's several calls and texts. I'm about to watch it now. Yes, watch it, and then we can talk about it tomorrow. Whew. Bae, is you ready? I know, Bae, you tired. Is you sleep, Bae? Bae, is you sleep? Bae, is you sleep? Let me know as you sleep. Can you order me a pizza? Oh no, I'm on the juice diet. Well, after the year, I'm gonna say I'm on the juice diet for YouTube, but once I get off YouTube, I'm gonna be a large pizza because I'm hungry. Boo, Bae. Bae, is you sleep? Can you give me the Pizza Hut menu for pizza? I'm hungry. Wake up. Wake up, I'll give you a good old pizza. Oh Lord. Okay. What you find now? Press 1 if y'all think I got a bae. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Real though, it be like it's too late for pizza. Oh Lord. It's too late for pizza. Oh Lord, somebody said it's too late for pizza, but I'm about to tear that shit up. I'm about to tear it up. Press 1 if you think I got a babe. Press 2, the answer is no. Press 1 if you think I got a babe. The answer is no. Or press 2, that is no. Press 1 if you think I got a babe. Press 2 if you don't think I got a babe. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Let me get this off the screen. Oh, gosh. Whew. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Oh, Lord. Hello? Hey. I'm just letting you know I'm going to be in Atlanta. I would love to link up with y'all. I'll be in Atlanta. Yes. I'm going to see Monique show, meeting out with some beautiful moderators and the other show, supporters of the show. So I'll be in Atlanta. I'd like to see y'all and link up and we collaborate. I think it would be great for the culture. I really believe so. I think it would definitely be great for the culture. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be flying in, just rushing because I gotta get off work, take me a hot shower, put on some clothes, and go ahead on. I got me some new luggage here. Oh, they're gonna love it. Yeah, they're gonna love it. Yes, I just finished up my live. Oh my gosh, yes. You've been telling me to hook that new camera up, and I still haven't hooked it up yet. Oh my God, I'm still using this webcam. I haven't hooked up the new camera. I'm gonna hook it up tomorrow. Yes. I was so lazy. I had somebody to hook up my gaming chair today, was the day before yesterday. They came over and they hooked my gaming chair up. But one of my arms on my gaming chair is a little wiggy, so he's gonna come on and tighten it up a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see you. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Beautiful. Man, when they see us, they gonna be like, what? When they see us, what? Really, friend? Don't do that, friend. Yes, friend. Yes. When they see us, friend, friend. It's just that's all it's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be when they see us together, friend. Friend, yes. That's what I'm do. We gonna do what he gonna do what it do. We gonna do what it do. Okay. Oh my gosh, oh my God, they said I'm still live. No, they don't hear you. They can't hear you. We still they can't hear you. It's automatically we still live. I don't know what's going on. I'll still be live like that. Oh, I'm so glad they couldn't hear you because it's gonna throw off the friend. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll talk to you later. All right. Love you. Hugs. Oh. Okay. Love you. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Mwah. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all. Peace.